Gotta have the funky. It's the Bennington Show, back from 4th of July vacation. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. And from what I understand, this is Funk Week. A salute to funk.
The funk has begun.
Good. The funk has begun. 844-ROCK-GOD. That's our phone number. 844-ROCK-GOD. I literally just got back, so I have no idea what happened over the 4th of July weekend. I haven't heard a single thing until minutes ago, and now I believe I'm going to make an exclusive announcement that may send shockwaves.
What's going on?
Bill O'Reilly, no longer with Fox News. Apparently he was hanging out in the men's room, making sniffing noises. And a couple people weren't even able to go, they said. Constipation is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It kills over 15 Americans every year.
Awful.
All of them Jewish, because I don't know, it's tougher, for,
the Jays?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. They don't have, milk bothers them, cheese bothers them.
Most of them are lactose intolerant.
I don't have a single Jewish friend who I can say, would you like cheese and cracker? And they're like, I just couldn't possibly.
Just the dry cracker, I suppose.
And hopefully no cheese has touched that even for a second. So that's the big news.
That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I always go radio silent on vacation, so I did not know that.
I go off the grid. Stock and kill my own food. All I bring, I go deep into the woods, Pennsylvania, and all I bring is a small amount of salt. I mean, you just can't find that in the wild. What am I supposed to do? Dig a salt mine?
I saw this guy coming out of the woods with a spinal cord in his mouth. It's crazy.
God.
Yeah, and I just found it, to be totally honest. But I put it in my mouth and I acted all proud like I had found something. And I was chewing on old meat. This is actually an impression of Gail's dog.
Yes.
Who came in with, I believe, a human spinal cord, which I said, we're not calling this in.
I mean, it was completely massive with decaying meat on it.
Ew.
And she pulls it.
Meat.
It pulls it out of the woods. It's as big as her. It was so disgusting. This is my dog who was a city dog the day before.
Every day of this vacation, Gail's dog got more and more into the wild till
feral.
Like if we would have spent 2 more days there, that dog would have been a wolf.
Yeah. She would have ate my face.
Yes.
Pretty sure she would have.
All right. So, I'm just going to get something that gave me delight. Remember how excited, Vito was about taking Jen to the Big Lewis wedding?
Yes.
And everybody knows, Lewis from the Bonfire. He's Bonfire producer, great guy. Apparently, and Vito was sent away for a suit. So I'm like, oh man, nobody's putting up pictures of Vito's suit. So I go to Jen's social media Instagram page, and she says, this is a picture with me with one of my wedding dates, and it was a woman. One of my wedding dates. Now,
no.
Jen, did you spend that entire time going out of your way to explain that Vito was not your date?
I had like a half and half picture, like one with me and Vito, and then one with me and, can I say her name? Carrie.
Yes, but why would you even let on that it wasn't even like, oh, here's somebody I saw at the wedding. So I finally got to see a picture of Vito, and you and your other wedding date too. But you look stunning. I'll just say that.
Yes, gorgeous. So pretty. Your makeup looks so pretty.
Thank you.
And Vito has a headband on.
The sweat, you don't understand how much it helps my sweating.
Now, here's something that I will, and I feel bad that I did this. A couple days before the wedding, there were various people who were going, producers, people were popping in, and they started making comments that they were going to be wearing short sleeve button downs, no tie, just slacks and a dress shirt. I said, that's inappropriate. One of my producers is going to be representing this show, and he's going to be in a suit.
Woman's suit.
And I had no idea that was going to be accompanied by a sweatband.
But everybody was dressed so lax and casual. I thought the headband was a nice meat in the middle.
By meat, do you mean MEAT?
The old meat in the middle.
All right, Vito. Well, we tried with you. In a whole new way of looking at things, I believe I just want to say congratulations to Paul for being, what is his position?
Head of Raw Dog?
Head of Raw Dog.
Wow.
So yes, I don't think there is a term called head of Raw Dog. I don't think that people sit around and go, oh, who's head of Shade 45? Dude, there's actual radio
Is that how I have to address
terms.
him?
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Head?
Executive producer of Raw Dog.
Executive producer of, that couldn't be a title.
That's what I was told his title was.
But that isn't a title. The title is program director. It's not.
Is he program director?
He told me twice he was executive producer.
And Iraq?
Head of operations for Faction Talk.
Wow. So while we were gone, everybody got big promotions.
Yeah. And who's
everybody?
And who's head of household?
That's stupid. Head of Raw Dog.
The old HORD.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to announce myself head of household, and I'm going to put two people up on block, and both of them are going to be Chris Stanley.
I'm willing to go up as a pawn if you would like to backdoor something.
Look, it's always going to be Chris. Everybody here is going to vote out Chris.
Vote it again?
We're going to announce a very famous town hall for next Monday in just a minute or two. Give everybody a chance to get this together. But this is now, a town hall is an unmasked, but some of the audience members get to ask questions. And this will go incredibly fast. It's, I got to figure out the date for it. Monday, July 17th, 5 o'clock at the Sirius XM studios. And, it's the interrobang.com for that. Now, you guys do not know a thing about this.
No.
But, I'll just give you, I'm going to give you some hints. And if you think, I'll call on you and just raise your hands, okay?
Okay.
All right. They had an awesome show. Great job.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Nobody has raised their hands yet, so I will go on. They had $1 billion movie. They had bedtime stories. Still nobody. Nothing. Not a hand raised yet.
Oh my God.
No hands up. All right, then I'm going to call on Jen. Jen, do you have an answer?
I need more clues.
Ooh, well, they were in Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Please pick me.
And the comedy.
Please pick me.
Does that help at all, Jen?
Still don't know.
Oh, one more thing that might help you. They're white.
Well, she's definitely not going to know. Pick me. I'm white.
I know white people.
We got a real type of thing going down. So nobody?
Me.
Come on, please.
Nobody.
It's the first clue.
Awesome show. Great job.
Please.
Yes.
$1 billion movie. Bedtime stories. Tom Goes to the Mayor. And the comedy.
Please.
Anybody.
Me.
Just pick me.
Look, first of all, it's always right hand in the air. Chris, that's where you made your mistake.
Come on, can I switch?
I don't know whether you can switch or not. I'm going to assume no. Since you waved your left hand. It's the Tim and Eric Town Hall. Nobody.
Hell yeah!
The Tim and Eric Town Hall. happening Monday, July 17th, 5 o'clock at the Sirius XM Studios. The big town hall, going to be a lot of fun. And that should be fantastic.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this one.
I can't wait. I love Tim and Eric.
That book was by Roland, who's now called Head of Booking. He got a big promotion
HOB?
while we were away. A lot of promotions went out. I'm so mad I wasn't here last week. Maybe I would have got a nice promotion for myself. Got the real type of thing going on, getting down. Big story up on the iBank too about our good friend Artie Lang, who collapsed. Apparently through his years of cocaine and heroin abuse, membranes in his nose went down into his lungs. They were infected. And that, even though I didn't go to medical school, that is not good for you. And apparently Artie was hours away from dying, which makes me say, what the hurry? 2, Artie says he's cleaning everything up and found his bottom and is going to live a straight, narrow life right now.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry to hear that it came to this. It's such a scary story, and the description of that is just like like full cringe. Like my body is sore just hearing.
Well, I've heard of people having those holes in their nose from getting high, but
yeah,
and that's why I just want to point out to the young people: you got to tie off and fucking shoot that shit. You don't want to hurt your nose. You want to get directly into your bloodstream.
It seems bad as well, though.
It's the safest, healthiest way to take drugs.
In the meats?
Right into the meats.
No.
You put them into where the arm meets. Meats.
The
is
meats.
the bet we're doing.
Meats.
We're not pulling off of it. Because you have a problem with that area, and it's why it's hard for you to get a shot.
Yes. It's, and by the way, it's meats, MEETS, where upper arm meets lower arm. The meats.
We want the meats. Gotta have that meats.
Ow.
Let's see. I'm looking around. You know what I mean? I want to ease back into this. The Dan Perlman contest. Now, this is what frustrates me about Dan Perlman. We were told, while we were on vacation, please push this contest so I can go to Montreal and Kevin Hart will give me my own show on the Kevin Hart channel. And he goes, we need 20, we're in 20th place. We want to be in first place. So we say yes. So he's got to be in the top 5 to make it or something.
Yeah.
So we said, sure. We get him up in the first place. And then I'm told there's 5 more days.
So he's got to maintain this now. He's got to maintain it.
So, let's, figure out, how to plug him. What do we do?
You go to contest.laughoutloud.com to vote for Dan Perlman's web series, Flatbush Misdemeanors, and it's going to be tweeted out on the Bennington Show Twitter, at Bennington Show.
It seems like that's a better way to do it.
At Bennington Show.
Now, here's, Tony. Tony in Iowa. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I was just heard the Art Lang thing, and I was hoping that when you were saying, I'm on the straight and narrow now, turning over a new leaf, not gonna do drugs anymore. I mean, you don't think that makes him a hero, do you?
Yes, it does. It makes him a giant hero.
Okay.
There's a hero, and he's giving up his drugs.
All right.
You know what I mean? I don't think it makes him so much a hero as it does, a guy who hopefully it's going to work for this time.
Yeah, of course, for everybody. But I guess I'm just trying to say, when the celebrities OD and die and, get in all this trouble and stuff. And they click with it. Everybody seems to...
The what?
Normal.
I gotta say this, Tony. You bring a whole fresh new way of... You've wrapped this in confusion. And that I enjoy.
I was leaning in.
I mean, like these celebrities, your Jim Morrisons, your Janis Joplins, your James Hendricks, I mean, what's the dilly? What's the fucking damn deal with these fuckos?
I'm wondering if they're even a good example for our children. I mean, they might not be.
I tell my children, I go, look up to celebrities. Look up to your China Blacks, your Summer Rays. You know what I mean? That's who I want you to focus on right now. What's G-Man want to just say something mean to us again? Does he want to fucking say, well, you didn't bring up Hillary? You bring up Trump? Yes, G-Man, how did we let you down this time?
How about us?
Oh.
Hey, first off, Ronnie, let me just clear the air, all right? That motherfucker on Twitter pretending to be me ain't me.
Yeah, I know. I'd already heard that. I
don't want to be blackballed by the fucking Bennington show over some dick.
The fact is, we never blackball people. That's one of the things. We whiteball people.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie B., I was calling. I don't know if it was one Mr. Fez Watley or somebody pretending to be Fez Watley, but we got a little action from the Fez Twitter account for the first time in 8 years.
All right, I just have to point something out that has surprised the shit out of me. So someone just came to the window and was waving to us and then pointing at Gail, and we waved back, and we're like... and it's Mr. Billy Ray Cyrus. So while G-Man is talking to me, I'm just staring at Billy Ray Cyrus pointing at Gail with much love.
That was so confusing. I was in shock just now.
That was amazing. Maybe he's saying he was the new Miley, which would be fantastic.
You should see me on a wrecking ball. I mean, it's quite impressive.
Well, I love that song.
So good.
Aim it like a wrecking ball. So what were you saying that the celebrities shouldn't be? Oh, you're saying about, well, I will say that 9 years ago, I believe, Fez started a Twitter account called Fez Shitter, which was supposed to, and he's always been amazing at wordplay, rhyme with Twitter. It sat. And I think he only made 3 or 4 tweets his entire life.
Yeah.
And then the other day he tweeted out again. And now I was even wondering, how does one remember their password after 9 years?
I know. Maybe he was still logged in, because there's no way I would remember a 9-year-old password.
You think he stayed logged in for 9 years? Yeah.
Fezzy, you got to close those apps, brother.
Well, thanks, G-Man. Thanks. And sorry, we'll try to, to the left and the right. I mean, I'm going to say some shit about Hillary later, about her trying to start a cybersecurity network with the Russians, and then hours later saying that's never going to happen. You're the one who said it. Look at that, it's Anthony. He didn't get a promotion.
No.
If anything, he should be out to make room for the other producers. He was the last man on board, right?
Yeah.
That's always the bad thing when you work somewhere and they're like, oh, we're going to have layoffs. Last person. The last person's only like, why isn't the first person who got hired? Doesn't seem right to me.
They've been here too long.
That was, wow, that Billy Ray Cyrus moment was a wild one.
That was really strange. And very surreal and unexpected. Did you see my face of just pure confusion? I turned to you guys like, did that really just happen?
Billy Ray?
He must have thought I was Miley. That's obviously what happened.
Probably. I don't think it's
That
to
is
see
Miley.
much.
All right, someone said that we put G-Man on the pay no mind list because Billy Ray walked by, no respect. It's not that he walked by, but he waved and then was like pointing at Gail, like,
Yeah, he was like
love.
pointing and waving and being so excited, and we were doing the same back, and we were like, what's happening?
It's like if you were walking down the street and then a celebrity ran up to you. That was the odd thing, which happened one time to us. I don't want to report any Westworld stuff. It's not even coming out until next year. I got too many TV shows I'm into. First of all, this, I think it's called Defiant Ones. Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, maybe the best rockumentary I've ever seen in my life. It's
really?
Unfucking believably good.
Really?
Yeah. I watched the first 2 episodes and I'm like, this fucking it's just stunning. It's stunning. First of all, they had these 2, crazy, amazing lives before they even got together.
Yeah.
But it's just put together really, really well, and just it's fantastic. It's one of the best I've ever seen. The other big show that I got myself into, I think it's called Snowfall on FX.
It just started, right?
Yeah, I watched the first one. I don't know whether I'm going to like it, but it's about, and this is why it's perfect for the kids to watch, the early days of crack cocaine.
Oh, shit.
Now, the opening, FX, you could just be naked on there. There's naked chicks on FX, which I didn't know you could do. But one of the early scenes, a guy is taking cocaine up his asshole. Someone's blowing a straw of coke up his ass. Didn't work out. Spoiler alert. Not the best thing for you sometimes.
That was the old Stevie Nicks style, apparently.
That was I think Stevie was already doing ass play, and the person
Unrelated.
had a fucking straw stuck in his nose. Guess what? Stevie Nicks shows up in the Jimmy Iovine thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were together. No, Stevie Nicks was in Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Biggest fucking band, right? So then she wants to do a solo album, and Jimmy Iovine was doing the Tom Petty, Damn Your Torpedo album, I believe. And she loves them. So she starts dating Jimmy Iovine and then moves in with him. And if Petty would come over to Iovane's house, he had to say, hide in the basement. Jimmy will be fucking, Tom Petty will be pissed if he sees me giving attention to another rock star.
Really?
And then, Petty's point of view, he gets tricked into give him that song, which becomes a big hit for Stevie Nicks on her album.
Yeah.
Crushing the single that came out for the same time as Tom Petty, Waiting, right? So, this is the second time Jimmy Iovine done this. He had got Springsteen to give a hit song to Patti Smith. Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty still pissed 30-some years later.
Really?
Still feel fucked over. And it goes to show you how weirdly competitive people are. Will you think they're laid back artists? No.
And you wouldn't be thinking Bruce would be like hurting for that.
I don't think it wasn't so much he was hurt. He was like, that was my fucking song, and he fucking talked me out of it.
You're like, you're not going to like this song.
I don't know how he did it, but fucking Jimmy Iovine knows how to get people to give hit songs to chicks that he's fucking producing. It's called The Defiant Ones, please. Do me a favor, watch it.
I'm
just going to tell you this. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert, but it's from real life, so it shouldn't. The opening thing where they're selling beats to Apple Music for $3.2 billion. And fucking, and the deal isn't signed. And Dre and some weird fucking dude model, are on Facebook fucking partying up, screaming, first hip hop billionaire ever, y'all. And fucking Iovine is like, what the fuck? What are you fucking doing, dude? And like fucking Dre's just like, man, I don't know what I was doing. That was one of the top 3 things that I'm most embarrassed about my life.
Is that the video where he just starts, like, he drops it and then just starts crip walking?
Yes. But who was that guy? Who was that male model?
Tyrese.
Why do you say Tyrese? Like, I was going to know.
He goes by Tyrese Gibson. He's in movies. He was in all the Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh, that was Tyrese who did that?
It was fucking hilarious. And like immediately I'm like, this is going to be the best rockumentary of all time. It's fucking funny as shit. Johnny.
Benningtons.
Hey.
It's so nice to have you back on the radio for a week.
I heard that you are out of here. Somebody told me you got fired from the Hard Rock. You... Johnny Go-Go, you went in and you broke up his poop with a stick before you had a chance to flush? Horrible.
Yep. I know.
Horrible.
Gotta come up with a new name for myself now.
Well, I'm sure you'll land on your feet.
I hope so.
I'm sure you'll land on one foot.
At least.
Let me tell you something. The changes that have taken in the rock and roll burger joints, the changes that have taken place, most people can now do it right off their laptop.
It's true.
Where in the old days, you couldn't.
You don't even need the brick and mortar.
I'm just going to start my own little burger cast.
So, Johnny, what can we do for you?
I was just going to call to say that while you were on vacation, I know you missed some amazingly great internet memes of the stupid fat governor from the state of New Jersey sitting on the beach. That was, I swear to God, this is one of the reasons the internet is the greatest thing ever. The memes of Chris Christie in his beach chair in every possible place ever, including Michael Jordan jumping over him dunking.
But can I just tell you the truth? The funniest thing of all is just him sitting on a beach with his family that he had closed down. First of all, Christie, they said, has the lowest approval rating of any governor in history. It's at 15%.
I love it. I love it so much.
And he don't give a fuck. And apparently, is it today, Vito, that he's going to try to be on the fan and take the Mad Dog's Mike or Mad Dog show?
Yeah, this week is his tryout, and if he does well, he might get.
Well, first of all, he doesn't need a tryout. Either hire him or not. The fact that they're calling it a tryout is a lie.
Yeah, they know how he's done. He's done it before.
Yes.
He's been there.
They're just stunting a little bit. It's great. He's on from 2 o'clock to 6:30 today and tomorrow.
Now, do you think he'll take it as a short-time job? Because apparently Trump is going to, lose his son-in-law and then give Christie that job. The two of them can't be together because Chris Christie put Jared Kushner's father in jail. Apparently videotaping people in the bathroom of a male spa.
Oh, God.
I don't know, this was years ago, before you were allowed to do it.
Right. But he holds a grudge to this day.
I don't know. You know what? I say this. Why are you still carrying that around with you? Is what I like to say. This will come up in the Tim and Eric Town Hall next Monday. Go to theinterrobang.com for tickets. Did we get our third celebrity judge from Montreal yet?
No, we have not. Not yet.
Have we heard anything?
I'm going to get an update today.
We have two famous celebrity judges that are going to be with us in Montreal. And I said we had to wait for a third. Our first two picks immediately said yes.
Yes.
Now we're going through a third pick.
And those two picks are enough to make me so excited for this Comedy 101.
All we'd have to have is those two people.
Yes.
Montreal, where, Chris? Where and when?
That is Friday, July 28th at 11 p.m. at the Mainline Theater in Montreal. Go to theinterrobang.com to get tickets.
Theater gig, huh?
Yeah, Mainline Theater.
Sweet.
Big time.
Yeah. Big time, Bill, big time. That reminds me. So I have a car with the Sirius XM in it for our mountain vacation. They didn't immediately give it to me. I was pissed at them. They go, you have to wait or take a car. I go, just give me a fucking car. Motherfuckers. Right? I get it. Back to my place, pack up. They go, oh, we have that car. Now I have to make the decision. Do I get on the bridge and get out of town or go back to get my Sirius XM? And if I could just unload one car, load the other. That's exactly what I did. Best fucking move of my life. I had great music the entire time, including driving on Canada Day. And Robbie Robertson is counting down his best 10 Canadian rock and roll songs.
Oh, I love it.
It was fucking amazing. That was on Deep Tracks. And I'm like, thank God I went back around for this. Most of the songs, Robbie was either in the band, produced it, or just really good friends with. And it was amazing. But I mean, like, we're counting down, and some of the most famous Canadian bands aren't there. But a woman from his reservation that he produced the record for, that's singing like in old Indian ways.
That's cool.
I gotta tell you, the song was amazing. I don't have this album. I'm sure Justin does.
He definitely does.
Is Justin in today?
Yeah.
Run him through. Because I want to ask him about this theater that Chris has booked us into. Oh, it looks like... now, when I was away, did you join the Navy? What's with that haircut?
Yeah, I know. It looks like I just got my draft papers, right?
Yeah. Do you know this album that Robbie Robertson did with somebody off the reservation, woman singing?
It's not Buffy St. Marie, is it?
I don't believe it is.
Yeah, we'd probably know if it was. But, no, he produces so much. Like, he's just everywhere in the Canadian music scene. It's awesome. But, yeah.
There was quite a few bands he left out.
I can imagine.
Who do you think was the biggest snub that you were shocked didn't make a top 10?
I would say there's got to be 15 or 20
really?
people that have had giant hits. Rush, of course, is
right.
one of them. The Man That I Call Cuts Like a Knife is another. We Didn't Hear Superman's Dead. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
These were giant hits.
Right.
But you know what? I enjoyed Canada Day. I enjoyed it in a very, very big way. Now, I'm going to ask you, and by the way, I almost went off-road for you guys to take a picture of the statue of Jim Thorpe. Because it's both, Jim Thorpe is both their biggest heroes.
Yeah.
And I would have had to go 25 miles off, and I go, should I do it? And then I go, no, I know other things I've shown these guys, and they haven't cared.
I don't care. Yeah.
Now this, by the way, Corey Hart, people are saying Sunglasses at Night is already Canadian. Yes, there's a lot of people that are Canadian that did not make the list. Jeff Healey was on the list, though. Of course, he did cover the weight. Now, tell me again about this theater.
It's the Mainline Theater in Montreal. That's Comedy 101 happening Friday, July 28th, 11 p.m. You can go to theinterrobang.com to find out how to get tickets.
What's that?
Go to theinterrobang.com to get tickets.
There was a weird phrasing in there that I
like,
never...
To find out that I got tickets. It sounded like it just got quieter. Find out that I got tickets.
Now, you know this theater?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to it. It's good, good for like all comedy and sketch groups and stuff like that.
That's us. We're all comedy and we're sketch groups. Mm-hmm. Now, you're going to help us find some people in Montreal.
Yeah.
One of the questions and you're familiar with Comedy 101.
Yeah, yeah. Very, very familiar.
Would you be in the show?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'd love to. This would be a crazy...
It's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to shake some rust off, but yeah, I think I can do this.
Do not shake any rust off.
No, that's the last thing I want you to do.
So no prep.
Is shake off rust. Yeah.
I want you to be like Meg White on drums. I'm not gonna let
By the way, she's my third favorite drummer of all time. Just on shaking tits alone.
She is busty.
There's many times I just sat and went, oh yeah, I forgot, I gotta turn the sound up. This video. Now, because you were on the, Street Joke show.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
This was really funny. So when he told us the joke, we all fucking died in here. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then when he did it, as soon as I came off stage, he said two things to me. First of all, we just do an hour. The show kills.
Right.
There's industry people who were screaming to us, tell me more about this show. And I didn't have the balls to say, I have never thought about anything about this show. I just let it run as it was. It's the least prepared. Chris actually brought us on stage with the lights on. This has never happened in the history of show business, that before he hits the opening, there's no warm-up.
I felt like I needed to flick a switch as I walked on stage.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and set the mood here.
It was fucking hilarious. Full bright lights, people are talking, and the intro starts low. So we do it and it kills, and I think we're going to play it Friday. But it was really, again, for the second time, a really fucking fun, great show. And I come walking off, and right away Justin says, what did you think of my joke? And then he said, did anybody take a picture of me on stage? And I'm like, Justin, I've been fucking hosting a show.
Dude, that was exactly how it was beforehand, too. I couldn't get anyone to answer questions because everyone was like practicing their jokes.
That is it for them being able to do jokes.
No more jokes.
Yeah, they can't do jokes because they turn the lights on and then bring us on stage. So yeah, that's out. And then, the other sad thing, and because he was so fucking nice to us, but I don't think Bob from Party Shots understands what a street joke is.
I know.
You don't personalize a street joke.
He was so excited for that street joke.
And then, we weren't even going to do it. And he's like, you said it on the air. He's like freaking out. And then he's throwing us presents with our faces on it.
By the way, I have to admit, he gives us all these presents and he's printed all this cool stuff and they're all pictures of us. I'm like, initially I'm looking at these flip-flops like, I can't wear a pair of flip-flops with my face on it. Oh, I did this entire vacation. And anytime I was at the beach early, this weekend, and I was like, I can't take my flip-flops on the beach. I'm going to have to turn them upside down. I look like a crazy person. They're very comfortable.
And again, we haven't we didn't really plan a lot with this street jokes. You could just tell by the way that it ran. But what was funny to me is everybody was taking it more serious than we were.
Yes.
And
we were having fun.
Yes. Well, first of all, I wasn't even thinking about it until I got there. And then Bob from, is it Party
Shots?
Party Shots.
Yeah. So he's like, you're the one who I don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
Bennington.
And then I go, I thought maybe we would. I don't know. And then I'm ready to go on stage and people are coming up to me going, Bob from Party Shots is really being hostile with us. And I'm like, well, let him yell at you. We just got a bunch of fucking mugs and a humidor and flip-flops, whatever. And then we go out and bring him up, and he had an 8-second joke that
I thought it was going to be an opus, like one of those ones that are starts with whatever, and then the guy does this, and he goes back to his wife. I thought it was going to be one of those kind of jokes. It was very short.
Well, you also don't have a street joke and use the name Gail, right? The fact is, it's a guy walks into a bar, it's a priest, a rabbi, but you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't do what your version of observational comedy is. But it all worked out because everybody was excited to see who went up against him. Yeah, so we're doing this Friday during our show?
Friday, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Friday, 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock. 2 p.m.
Should I get pliers when I pull teeth with you, or what do I got to do?
Friday, 2 p.m., street jokes.
You're just agreeing to whatever I say? He's given it zero thought.
We were thinking more 155.
We'll go to break then. Come back at 2.
I'm trying to think of what else I saw over the weekend. Oh, I saw Baby Driver.
I saw Baby Driver as well.
Chris?
Did not see Baby Driver.
What?
I did not, but I really want to. I had to go to a wedding.
I will say this. I had a ball at Baby Driver. Wow.
So entertaining. Like, that's the word. Like, I walked out of there and I was like, I was just entertained. That was that was pure entertainment.
Edgar Wright is a genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
I've been rewatching all his movies just to get ready for this movie because I love everything he does.
Can I tell you something? I don't think you could get ready. This one is different.
It's very different.
It's very different. Awesome. He does something. I'm gonna wait to talk about it because I realize everybody doesn't go out to movies. I'm gonna wait 7 months to talk about it. But he did, and he did the first two things back to back. I was like, what a surprising choice to make. And I literally was thinking, oh, this shouldn't work. This should actually annoy me. And I was loving it.
Well, it's kind of interesting. The first scene, I was like, oh, okay, so the movie's going to be like this. And then the second scene, I'm like, oh, this is the kind of movie it's going to be. And by the third scene, I'm like, oh, I can't. Right. None of this is going to be as I expect.
And it's wall-to-wall music, and most of it is deep cuts.
Yes. When I heard the premise, I was thinking it was going to be like pop hits that like...
Yes.
And I'm glad that it isn't because the music is great and very different and doesn't follow a flow. It's not like one genre.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And then you hear at the end with Paul Simon singing Baby Driver. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, holy shit. He got Paul Simon to do a song. That fucking song is like from 1970. Yeah. I did not know the song Baby Driver.
Immediately, everyone's going, this is such a weird title. What a weird title. And nobody was going, oh, it's a title of a song that already exists by Paul Simon.
One person said that.
I hadn't heard that once.
I was so old that I believe it was Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I don't know how that happened. Or like you said, no one brought it up.
Like, oh, clearly this is a reference to this Paul Simon song.
And I'm actually going like this. How do I not know a song called Baby Driver by Simon and Garfunkel? Oh, you know what else I forgot? Maureen gave us those cookies that were amazing. And the next day, we're having a meeting before we leave. And Chris is just eating cookies.
Yeah. Yes.
And I watched a bag of cookies go by through a meeting. What were you nervous about? Do you even remember?
I can't remember.
But you're a nervous eater.
You're a housing cookies.
Oh yeah. If the nerves hit, then yeah, just housing food.
And I will say, Maureen learned from the past, and she did make different little bags. So I immediately took home a bag of oatmeal cookies because I know that if they get left in the office, there will be none for me.
Oh, God, no.
And I ate those cookies, and I'll admit it, I eat oatmeal cookies for breakfast. It's oatmeal.
Sounds about right.
I feel like it's got to be better for you than a fucking muffin. It's a lot more.
It is weird because a pancake is a highly acceptable thing, and you're like, or French toast with whipped cream on it.
Yeah.
But a cookie is like, you're disgusting. A cupcake is disgusting.
A donut, a muffin, all these like sugary things. You're like, oh, sure, you had that for breakfast. But if you're like, I had an oatmeal cookie that was predominantly oatmeal and raisin.
Yeah.
And someone's going to go, cookie for breakfast? You pig. You're a pig.
But nothing is weirder than a donut. Because there's like chocolate icing on it or it's glazed.
And even more upsetting, like a donut for dessert. Like, why not? Like, a donut is not that common, except for like some specific types. Like, what's the French one is like the beignets or something like that. Yeah. But like, you don't just like go out for donuts at night for dessert.
I don't know. Those things are open. There's
late
donut.
night.
Yeah, they're open. I mean, it's a coffee and a donut is a very big thing for people who used to drink.
Or maybe what I'm thinking is like you wouldn't prepare a donut, like you wouldn't have dinner at someone's house. They have a big Thanksgiving dinner, no pie, no cake. It's just like a big tray of donuts.
I would tell you this. I'll thank them.
We do that up north. We serve homemade donuts with our feasts.
Because is it French? Is that why it's like the French?
I think it could be a carryover tradition. But yeah, we stole a bunch of traditions from.
So wait a minute, you call Canada up north?
Yeah.
Does it bother you that it doesn't catch on down here?
So north. So very north.
Yeah, we call Montreal down south.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Somebody told me that 90% of Canadians live within 100 miles of the border.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's amazing when you look at the size of Canada. It's a gigantic place.
And you weren't one of them.
Well, yeah, at times I was, but yeah, no, it was weird getting the two perspectives of Canada.
I went down and hung out with my parents a little bit, and they're just blasting Fox News at me. Then it came up with my dad's like, I hope we launch on fucking North Korea right now. He's 91 and he wants to launch on North Korea today. What was this for?
That I don't know.
Leach just does stuff. I feel like you should be the guy out there because our guys don't pay attention. Why are you bothering him with a fucking thing? But he did like
almost like a 2 and then 1 and then stretch.
He gave me a 2, a 1, and then stretch. I don't even know what
stretch
it means.
till 21, I think.
Oh, so I got to tell you this. So my dad's saying, I hope we bomb the shit out of North Korea. I hope we drop H-bombs on them. Right? And I go, why? And he goes, well, they're going to shoot Alaska or Los Angeles. And I go, why would you believe the intel? You don't believe the intel. Everything Trump is saying, the intel is lies, and now you're saying this intel you believe.
Right.
So then I say, I will believe once Trudeau says it's true. And I go, I can't believe anybody. I'm going to run all that through Trudeau. And then by the end of my visit there, I was acting like I'm moving to Canada. I go, my biggest problem is I don't know whether to live in Montreal or Toronto. Do I go out west? You know what I mean? Do I go crazy and go out west?
And they were enjoying this, were they?
They were like, well, how could you work and live in Canada? I go, I'll give up my American citizenship and I'll be a Canadian. And I've always even felt more Canadian. And now with Trudeau, the only leader that I trust. This craziness. It's insane to still be acting like this at my age. But then
He's a rebel.
The more I kept thinking about it, I was like, I could be happy there. Do we know what Mr. Leeds had to say to us?
He was just saying hi.
Okay. So a 2 and a 1 and
a stretch is like, what's up?
He said, no, I was just saying hi back.
Okay.
He's like,
so,
peace.
I gotta say this. You're a very lazy producer. You let her run the board and you sit down.
No, I just had to take care of something. That's why she's running the board today.
She's run the board for the last 7 fucking months.
Oh, we usually switch off like she'll do one day.
Oh my God. Chris, am I insane?
She's been consistently running the board.
For how long?
For months now. For months.
Oh, Jesus.
For fucking 7 months.
Now you look over every day. Do you ever see Vito there?
I would say 90% of the time I see Jen sitting there.
But my thing is this. Okay, Vito's off the board. Why isn't he running around the halls finding out, blah, blah, blah? Why wouldn't he go, hey, I wonder why Billy Ray Cyrus did that? There's not a creative fucking bone in this kid's fucking body.
We need to understand what piece 1 stretch is.
And I don't know who to put in that position. You know what I mean? I don't know how to tell people, hey, think of Justin, you're thinking that way, huh? You think it could be you? You think you could be the Vito replacement? Would you wear a weird giant bandana on your head thinking that'll get you over?
Is that the requirement?
Maybe he can just run in and say, this just in. Leeds just wanted to say hi.
But that would be fine. That would be that easy. Sam Morrell behind the scenes on his new MSG sports show. That's up on the iBank today. The Patton Oswalt got engaged is up, and Patton said there's a lot of trolls saying mean things.
Yes, and I think he also retweeted somebody a woman who's a widow, and she wrote a piece about why she thinks it's particularly messed up that everyone is having such strong judgments on it. So
the judgment that they're thinking that he didn't wait long enough?
Yes, the judgment is that he went from grieving to engaged too quickly. Not even so much dating, but obviously dating to the point of engagement. They felt, it seemed like a lot of people are tweeting to him and commenting on the story, and they feel very strongly about that.
Now, I would say this. How the hell are you supposed to know when another person falls in love? I mean, this is an impossible. There's no scientific thing to this.
Right.
There's no, if you look at people, they either decide to get married too soon or too late. You know what I mean? You never think to yourself, oh, they did the exact right amount of courting. I mean, there's no number there.
Right.
And if you have a friend or a family member and they're saying, we're getting married, even if you don't say it, you feel like, are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure you want to do this?
And that thing that you're describing, that's like happens constantly to women, where women in their 20s, it's like, oh my God, you have all the time in the world. Like, meet every guy. Like, go out there. And then they turn 30 and they're like, you need to settle down. You're like, what happened between 29
Where's
and 30?
your husband?
When did this happen? Everyone was telling me I had all the time in the world. But also, everybody has been through some tragedy. So then what are you going to sit there and pick apart? How could you have this kind of joy? How could you be in love? How could you take a job offer when you had a tragedy happen in your past? You can't really sit there and judge about what's the okay time to be sad for anyone.
You're very much in love now, right?
Oh, very much so, yes.
Now, if your fiance, your Central American fiance, if she got in a car accident and was killed, or she was hit by a train, or if her plane went down.
Why was she on train tracks?
Or let's just say this, a serial killer abducted her, took her to his basement lair.
Please no.
That's the one that sounds worse.
Tortured her through knife work and burning.
Oh, God.
Before finally letting her die because he found a new one, a new play toy. Right?
Okay.
So how long, everyone think of a number before we go to Chris. How long we think that Chris would wait before he started? Before he started dating again, and before he allowed himself to say, I'm in love again.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Okay.
Write your number down.
I write my number down as well. Because I just thinking of her being tortured and...
Forget that. Let's just say she had a brain tumor that exploded.
That's just as terrible.
Well, really, it's being tortured.
No, it's really not.
I mean, one, you're over in a second. The other one was going to take months, and there was rape.
Oh, God.
He forgot to tell you about the rape.
Give me your pen.
Oh, he's giving you my answer.
Yeah.
Like, the rape is even worse than the torture.
But how long before he's allowed to be in love again? Gail?
I wrote 6 months, but 1 year till he admits it to everyone else.
Unless someone guesses. Unless someone guesses, then he'll say it immediately. Justin?
I think 2 years. I think this...
2 years?
I think this would fuck him up.
So you're thinking Patton went too fast. You're with those
with this case, no. With Patton, I think it's indicative of how happy he is, and like how this is like really been maybe a saving grace.
By the way, why would anyone say rape is worse than torture the way Chris did? That's an odd thing to say. And it's also victim blaming. It is. Because you're acting like one is worse. It's
all bad.
They actually say the best thing to do is just allow the rape to happen. And at least act like you're enjoying it. There's Billy Ray not even giving us a fucking look over this time. That's odd.
It's like, how could you go so hot and then cold on us, Billy Ray?
We never found out anything about it.
Maybe he's just one of those guys that just like points at people when he walks in.
I don't know. This was a point.
He stopped.
Yeah.
He stopped. He looked at you guys. He was waving, smiling. Then he gave me the like, what's up? And you too?
Yeah.
Like, it was a very familiar situation.
All right, let's go. Get away, Vito. Jen, what's your number?
It's 7.
7 what?
You're 7 weeks.
All right, 7 months.
Yes.
And I had 4 days. And that's provided that they're Jewish and they get buried that fast. I really admire how fast the Jews bury their dead.
They do very quickly. And they also do a thing where it's like, they'll do a memorial of some nature a year later.
Oh, really?
Because sometimes people can't fly or travel
I
fast
never
enough.
can get there, and I can't make the memorial.
Yeah. You have a whole year.
I don't want to give up vacation time to mourn. You know what I mean? I just had a very restful vacation this year. You know why? I didn't mourn anything.
Yeah.
Smart.
I'd rather use that time as special days off.
Sure.
That's my plan.
You days, not them days.
Yeah. I'm just like, I always say the most, I'm just going to work. I'm going to work through it. And they'll go, why don't you
Take
go?
some time.
I go, I don't want to lose my time for that. We got you. And I go like this. You said it. And then they see me reach under the console, pull out a suitcase, and off I go.
Did you already have that packed?
Yeah. First of all, I always have a suitcase packed. Old problems. Chris, what did you have for yourself?
I had 2 years.
2 years.
It's a match.
Well, first of all, it's a match because they're gay for each other. Second of all, you're unmarriable in fucking 2 years, dude.
See, I see, like, I love this girl so much. I thought 2 years, but then part of me also thinks actually 4 days because I might go off the rails and just do bad behavior.
Yes.
Like Tindering constantly and just finding strange women to fuck.
Well, there is also a thing where, first of all, you don't need to be that blunt.
I apologize to everyone.
No, apologize to her.
Yeah.
But second, a man needs somebody in his life. Like, I see, like, with older people, women do much better as he
widows,
does than men do as she does. Because with women, they have their friends and women are positive friends to each other. But as you get older, your male friends are just people to get in trouble with. You know what I mean? Like, when you say, oh, he's my friend, it means I drink with that guy.
Now, I don't want to presume anything, but let's also remember that he has a young daughter, and that could also have a factor in it. It's like providing another woman who is maternal in her home place might be very important to him and might have even been important to his wife who passed away.
Now, a lot, people have written this into me, and I wasn't aware of this, but they were saying that there are people who blame Patton and he goes, here's another one that he's not going to keep an eye on or whatever.
Oh,
so
boy.
I hate when people blame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. People, like that guy right away when we said we cared about Artie and he calls in, we're making him into a hero. No. And by the way, you know when I give up on addicts? Never. Why would I give up on an addict? Can happen. People can bounce. I know it's frustrating. And people have a right to walk away, but I never give up on an addict. And Mr. David Crosby, no fucking chance of getting sober. And he did.
Yeah. Now he was just like a nice guy.
I'll tell you something else. You know who everybody gave up on? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Now he's the biggest comic book star since Spider-Man. By the way, this new Spider-Man is awesome. He shoots spiders out of his fucking webs. It's different than the others. He's basically a web who shoots spiders.
I normally never check up on this stuff, but I was looking on like Rotten Tomatoes and saw it was like 97%.
Just write it down and give it to Chris. Write it down and give it to Chris. I don't know about Vito. He's on the bubble. Because you got to the bottom of that, right? Write it down. Now I got to fucking say that to him. Oh, Chris.
Give me a note, Vito.
Here's the thing. This is the shit that you should be saying to him, not me. You should be doing some of this shit too, is what I'm going to say. I forget what movie that's from. No, we're not going to have the impenetrable cyber fucking thing. Trump pulled it back. I watched the Republicans just beating up on him all day on the Sunday news shows.
They've forsaken him.
Well, the
Not all
top
of them.
guys.
Yeah,
the top guys have. Everybody else who was like, oh, I just keep my mouth shut. There's a lot of those fucking people in politics. We see how many of them just care about their own job.
Right.
And not about the United States of America and its Constitution. By the way, I'm going to say this, Justin. Do you feel bad that you don't have a Constitution?
No. I love the American Constitution, though. It's basically Native American law. It's a carbon copy of the Iroquois Confederacy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, that the founding fathers drew a lot of inspiration from the way the Iroquois were running their tribe. And they even reached out later at different Congress. It wasn't the original Congress, but yeah, they gave him kudos for it too as well.
Did any of you guys know this before?
No idea.
Do you realize how stupid this sounds to us, right?
Yeah.
Because it's never come up. I mean, all of us have gone to school. Mm-hmm. And then one of us heard this Iroquois thing.
I did not.
Yeah.
No, you're saying Zaquara? What was that fucking band from the 90s?
Jamiroquai?
Yeah, Jamiroquai. That's what I was going for. I forgot that band.
That song's really good, actually. Virtual.
All right, so you're saying you guys already had a constitution.
Some form of it. It wasn't written down the way you guys,
you guys didn't know how to write, right?
No, we did. We had writing actually. It was vertical, not horizontal.
Oh, cool.
That's crazy.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
it seems like a waste of paper though.
I'm wondering, like, if you would have lined it up, would you just use the same amount?
Right.
No, because they would do it down trees.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't even have paper; you just wrote down a tree.
Well, they would take a
raw
birch
paper.
bark. They would take birch bark and like they would bite it and create the writing through
what
that.
What are they, fucking beavers?
I've never had to say anything.
You've
about
seen
that.
my teeth, right?
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, some big ass chompers, man, cutting up moose meat.
All right, we're learning more and more stuff. I didn't know about the fucking vertical writing, and I didn't know that Iroquois basically had the Constitution and the founding fathers.
Yeah, they borrowed from it heavily.
You could say they fucking stole it. You know what I mean?
They still added the whole, like the Hobbes versus Locke philosophies. Like they added a lot more. I think John Locke-esque philosophies to it. I think it's been a while since I've
lost.
Yeah, I think I've. It's been a while since I've read up on this, but
yeah. Here's our buddy Rob in Long Island.
Ron, I got to take a little umbrage with what you said. Is it giving up on somebody if the person's drinking has become so bad that you have to take your daughter out of the house and basically you can't even talk to the person?
No. Well, first of all, I don't know why you would say that because you don't have to.
Give up.
What I'm saying, just for my own thing, is I don't give up on the fact that they could be so. Please, Chris, that they could get sober again. I'm always willing to give, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to live with them or lend money to them or let them run roughshod over me. No,
right.
That's two different things.
It's why it's the best thing is to get somebody help outside of the circumstance where your mom or your wife or your best friend is not always going to be the best person for you, whether they're standing by you or not.
I'm not saying you have to live with them or enable them. I just, when people go, oh, I've heard it too many times, I go, well, maybe this would be the time it works. Now, I wouldn't do that for an Asian. You know what I mean? Like if an Asian person, I don't think they can. And I don't think that sounds like, Jen, you can't make an ethnic joke without it affecting Jen. I can't even do a Dutch joke because she's 1/3 Dutch.
And you love Dutch jokes too.
Oh, how I do. And my Dane material.
You hate the Danes.
I wouldn't say I hate them. I just don't respect them. And I can't believe they came up with a Danish. But there's certain people that can't be helped, and that's anyone from the continent of Asia. And that includes a lot of people don't even realize this. I'm also throwing in Mongolia, which gets over. I don't trust the Mongolian. That's it. Now, you know my friend Adele, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is very exotic. Her dad's from Sicily, and her mother's Asian.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she has that look. But her dad owns a summer place in Sicily that she goes back to, and she's going back for a couple weeks.
Oh, that's very cool.
Summer in Sicily sounds incredible, doesn't it?
That sounds beautiful. It sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like that's where you'll meet a lover.
Doesn't it? It sounds like a lover will be there for you.
Yes.
It's a chapter in Eat, Pray, Love.
I'm here to find my lover. I'm sure my lover is somewhere.
Well,
nearby.
did you ever see the one where the lady gets divorced and then she goes to Italy and her life is great?
Is that the one?
Cherry Valance. Cherry Valance breaks up. She goes on a gay tour to Italy. She sees the house. She falls in love with it.
Is that Under the Tuscan Sun? Or
it might be that. Well,
or that's a different movie.
It's probably the same.
I think it is Tuscany.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a terrible movie, but because the house is great.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking places to eat and party are great. You're like, I'm watching this again.
What's that Quiet as a Mouse movie? Quiet as a Cup?
Yes.
That's also a Tuscany movie that I'll just watch because it's beautiful.
That's also in Tuscany?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
What's that one called?
That's with Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
And that one...
One time I had Liv Tyler on the show and I said, live free or die, huh? And she's like, that's the fucking sexiest thing in the world.
Stealing Beauty.
Yeah, but what's the other one?
What's the...
Under the Tuscan Sun.
Okay,
right, so
I got it.
That. So we know everything.
Looks like I know everything.
You don't have to be... You doesn't have to be a good movie if I like The House and those houses. Both of those I love. Now, I saw a movie it was still light out. Personal Shopper. Takes place in Paris. And it's one of... what's her name? Is Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart. Is that her name, Kristen, or is it Kirsten?
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart. Spoiler alert, she masturbates. But that wasn't the only thing I liked about the movie. I also didn't realize that the train... All right, I'm going to ask you right now. How long does it take your train ride from Paris to London?
Oh, my God.
Take a guess.
6 hours?
I was going to say
hours.
like 8 hours, something like that.
Does it have fast trains?
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
What?
In this movie, she goes to London, personal shops, gets back on the train, and is back staying at her own crib. And I'm like, if you're in London, you're fucking 2 hours away by train. That's faster than us to DC.
Yeah. Like, I know people who have lousier commutes to that. Like, they have longer drives to work.
But here's the weird deal. You were in that tunnel for probably most of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to be under the sea.
No, I don't. I don't.
Why I'm in a train.
Some sort of a sea train? No.
You saying cunt train?
Yeah, I was. That was my nickname in high school. Sea train's back at it again.
He just made a train thing like he was jumping in with the bad. He was jumping in with the bullies.
I was a bully.
This is a trigger warning for me.
All right, I want to plug, and I'm sure this will be the last day to get tickets. 5:00 next Monday, right here at Sirius 70, Tim and Eric Town Hall. You guys are excited.
I'm so excited about this one. And it's going to go quick because these guys have big fans.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
They're large, huh? All right. We'll put couches out. Did you go back to Montreal for your break, Justin?
Yeah, I did. And I also went to Ottawa for a wedding. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Big fat native wedding.
Now, you flying or driving when you go back?
I actually took the train this time, and I took the bus back.
How was the train? Was it like going from London to...
No, it's so slow, but it's actually beautiful, though, because you go pretty much along the Hudson the entire way.
It is nice up there.
And it's such a beautiful ride. But yeah, really slow. Customs takes forever. And yeah.
Oh yeah, they stopped the whole train like it's fucking Nazi Germany. I don't like that.
It's like a train robbery.
I know. I don't like it.
Oh, I don't care for that at all. It's like giving me anxiety just thinking of that. He's coming down the row, and you're just like,
Where are my papers?
Sir,
literally, where are my papers? Right.
Yeah, they had me shaking once. Like I was really fucking nervous.
Sir, I am without papers.
Now, how do you think that they deal with the fact that some people just feel nervous going over a border, or how will they know this fucking guy is not just a guy who doesn't want to get in trouble, but could be trouble?
Yeah. I felt that way the last time we went to Montreal. I was going through customs. I was speaking to a woman. Everything was going fine. She's like, what are you here for? I say, Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. Oh, are you a comedian? Well, no, we have a radio show and we're going to be doing some stuff there. And she goes, oh, how do you listen to your show? I'm like, it's on Sirius XM. She's like, what channel? I was like, no. She's like, what channel? And I was like, I'm to 9. There's a 9. And I'm like, just froze up. And I was like, she thinks I'm lying because I couldn't remember Raw Dog 99, which I hear every day.
I'm always like, we're here to promote Montreal, Canada, and the arts. We won't be taking any money. We'll be spending it. I go out. I eat.
The nightlife.
Promote it.
I love to talk about it, and I love to get other people to come here peacefully. I'm like, why am I fucking acting like, trust me, I'm a good person.
Oh
I literally should yell, I'm a good
crazy.
person. He wants nothing but to help your city and country.
I mean, that woman immediately just went, and she just started like typing something, and I was like, well, this is it. They're coming over here. They're going to take me away.
And like, do you have anything? I don't know what somebody could have put something in my bag. Oh my God.
I don't even know this person.
Stanley, I know he smokes weed. What? I'm
Start harassing.
Pills. That man behind me. No. He takes and I think sells pills.
Don't listen to him.
I'll swear to it.
I think that's his business in Canada.
Not.
His girlfriend mysteriously died.
I'm on your side. I want to help you. I'll give you what you need. Just don't ask me any more questions. Please just let me go.
Take him.
Oh, Pat Philbin just tweeted something. Love Pat. He should be part of our Tim and Eric audience. Joey Chestnut said a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Oh, that old debate.
It isn't a debate anymore if Joey Chestnut said it. I mean, he's eaten more hot dogs than any human being. It proves it's not a sandwich. I mean, he has had more time to think about it than anyone you know.
Hold on, let me talk to him. You realize it is meat between bread.
Yeah, but I can't stand, I mean, this actually makes me queasy if someone in an old movie says a hamburger sandwich.
Yeah. The old hamburger sandwich.
To my stomach.
It's weird.
A hoagie is a sandwich.
Yes. The only sandwich.
Look at this. He doesn't even look over anymore. Fucking hates us.
Oh, why?
We had the falling out. We fell out.
If he showed us just a fraction of the warmth that Billy Ray does.
Billy Ray loves us. Ooh, 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 ooh. Does anyone believe a hot dog is a sandwich before we move on? No, not a single person.
Jen, go ahead. I see her leading again.
No, I was going to say, no, I don't think it is.
Nobody does. Anyone who would have said, could you imagine if someone called you and said, oh no, he did wave that time. I feel bad. If someone said to you, what kind of sandwiches do you have? If you would say to them, well, we have hot dogs. What? Now it's weird. A chicken sandwich, even if it's just a piece of chicken on a hamburger or bun, that is a sandwich.
Yes.
Do you make it into special categories? You know what I mean? Like, are you just so often listed as a sandwich, like a hamburger is so popular it doesn't need to be thrown in with the sandwiches?
Yeah.
So that's what it's based on.
Yeah.
Popularity.
And also, I think the grillables, a lot of times they say, like, there is a from the grill section of a menu that is not the same as their sandwich section.
So we're going to let the menu people fucking decide what a sandwich is or not. And we're just going to give away our own power. Because I'll tell you this, a sausage sandwich, yes, that is a sandwich. If you're going to do an Italian sausage.
Sausage on a roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would call that yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't care what the fucking menu people says. Craig in Madison. Craig.
Hi, Benningtons.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Gail. Happy to have you guys back.
We're happy to be back.
The Whopper sandwich. If you go to Burger King, that Whopper, right? They call it the Whopper sandwich, and that's a burger. And hey, Ron, did they give you the kibosh, or are you allowed to talk about Opie getting fired?
I can talk about whatever you want to know. What do you want to know?
He got fired because they videotaped E-Rock taking a dump?
Well, E-Rock has always videotaped himself taking a dump, and then he'll show it to me. And he'll go like this. Yeah. And he actually said to me, I give this one a 4.
Out of what?
That's what I never...
Didn't they all,
I'm
take pictures of Ricky Gervais? They all took a piss with Ricky Gervais in there.
Well, I would.
That was consensual.
Yes, that was what I was looking for. That's the exact word.
I like how that was the definition of telephone. Where it's like, I heard that he rocked.
Yeah, that's perfect though. I'd rather talk about it that way. But
when things calm down, can you call Opie and have him on the show?
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till it calms down. Look, here's the difference between, even in the 3 years between Opie leaving and Anthony leaving, right? Is that in the old days, if you got fired, you were gone. You didn't see if another radio station hires you, blah, blah, blah. Opie could put out a podcast tomorrow. You know, there's no such thing as being gone. It just doesn't exist anymore. There's no way that we need to send secret information.
Last thing, Ron.
Yes.
I tried to call the Howard Stern show and ask if Howard had something to do with him fired because, you know, he went into their part of the section of Sirius and he shot some video.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they won't take the call.
They probably don't. It probably doesn't matter to them. But I can honestly tell you that if that would have been the fireable thing, it would have happened then. It might have been, you know, one of a bunch of things. I think people know that Ope hasn't been happy in a while. And what Ope is doing with his new buddies seems like an interesting departure. And maybe this kind of stuff will freshen it up. But there's nobody keeping... It's not as big of a deal as it used to be. It used to be you were off the air, nobody would hear from you. Now, you could turn around and start a podcast tonight. And he will be on either terrestrial or some other platform whenever he wants to be. It's not as big a deal as it was even 3 years ago when Ant got fired, which was all. I can't wait now. I'm looking forward to wait 3 years from today or from last week when Jimmy gets fired, because that's what they do every third year. Yeah, they're like cicadas. JD, Kentucky. Yeah.
Hey, Ron, the sandwich argument may just be two pieces of bread. The example of the bratwurst on a hot dog bun, definitely not a sandwich. On one piece of rye bread, I don't think it's a sandwich, but you cut that brat in half, put some mustard on it, two pieces of bread, definitely a sandwich.
So the bread has to be separate. A hot dog bun is split, still connected, and therefore not sandwich-like.
I would disagree,
but it just doesn't seem that in a hot dog bun.
I think the chicken sandwich is.
Because if it's connected here.
I mean, first of all, that hot dog, that soft hot dog bun is gross on anything but a hot dog. It's disgusting.
Like if you just filled that with other meats.
Isn't it really funny?
Some turkey.
I mean, imagine take a hamburger bun and put peanut butter and jelly on it. Oh. And you've got, why? Yeah. Why is that horrific?
Gross.
It is the same thing.
Here's the one I'm going to make you think of. Like a tuna salad in a hot dog bun. Just fill it up with tuna salad or like an egg salad.
But then the peanut butter and jelly on an English muffin.
Love.
Fantastic.
So good.
Fantastic. By the way, all the insides of what is next, Jeffrey Gurian has an extended interview with Sherrod Small and said that Opie has already signed with Small World. That's his production company. Hey, look who it is. It's our old buddy Fuck.
Bennington.
What's up, dude?
How you guys doing?
Good. We only see you every Thanksgiving now. What's happening?
Yeah, I've been able to listen to the show in over a year and a half, and I don't know, life got really full and complicated.
What happened to your life?
All stuff. Like I got a real job and a real girlfriend and stuff, and
it was better when you were addicted to heroin.
Yeah, I know. I was just kind of sitting at home all day calling a stupid radio show.
Yeah.
I missed the good old days.
I miss you nodding out during the calls. Telling us about your latest neck tattoo. What is it, Chris?
A live read to do.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Let's see what it is. Why do you hand it out while I'm talking to fuck? The whole time we've got to do live reads. We can't.
Chris secretly hates me, and he will never
isn't
admit
a secret, dude. It's just straight up. He's always hated you.
Hates most
people. Come out and said it finally.
Well, he said it even years ago at Thanksgiving. He goes like this. He whispers in my ear. He goes, "I hate that motherfucker." I go, "Why?" Because he's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh my God, Chris, you said that?
That was between me and Ron.
Motherfucking fuck.
I can't say that's out of character for him.
No, it isn't. And he goes like this. I hope he fucking dies in the fire. Why would you even say that? He goes, I hope he fucking drowns, man. That fuck.
See?
He goes, I hope someone chops his fucking head off and blows with his fucking head.
What? Chris! How could you say that?
I was whispering
He's the fucking N-word.
Oh my God!
In my opinion, that's the real N-word.
Oh my Chris! That's so fucked up.
That was a private moment.
I hope he chokes on his puke. And I'm like, Chris, first of all, I'm talking with my mom. Second, he's not even here right now.
I need to tell you that.
Who are those rock stars?
Rockers, I don't know.
That guy's in a movie of some sorts right there. I think he's Baby Driver.
Oh, cool. I love Baby Driver.
I want to tell everybody about a movie that I saw and I loved. It's called The Big Sick. It's based... Well, you tell everybody who it's based on.
Right.
Gail.
It's based on the real-life love story between Kumail Nanjiani and Emily V. Gordon.
Right.
The Big Sick tells the story of a Pakistani boy, aspiring comedian Kumail, who meets grad student Emily, played by Zoe Kazan, after one of his stand-up sets.
That's the part that made me laugh, that there was stand-up in it. Now, they thought their hookup would last just one night stand, but it actually blossoms into the real thing. This new relationship complicates the life that is expected of Kumail by his traditional Muslim parents. And when Emily is hospitalized with a mystery illness, Kumail has to face the medical crisis with her family. Beth, played by Holly Hunter, who I love, and Terry, played by Ray Romano. And I'm going to say this. This is probably the best acting Ray Romano's ever done in his life. Yeah. Who Kumail's never met. And this actually happened in his life. On top of that, he still has to deal with the emotional tug of war between his family and his heart. Now, it's produced by Judd Apatow, directed by Michael Showalter. And I'm going to give this away. We consider both of them to be comedy geniuses. The Big Sick is getting amazing reviews. My favorite magazine, Rolling Stone, calls it the funniest date movie of 2017. The New York Times says, a gorgeous, generous-hearted romantic comedy. Get your tickets now. Go to see The Big Sick. It's playing in select cities and then everywhere Friday. But this is... it's always great when there's that little indie movie that could, you know what I mean?
And then with Judd Apatow producing, Showalter directing, that's going to be guaranteed.
Well, you know what's funny is you know what Showalter normally directs and he doesn't this time.
It's very different.
It's really about Kumail's story. Mm-hmm. So you're not getting any of the silliness with him. You see that he's an actual, real, professional movie director.
I love Showalter.
I think he just ruined his whole Showalter.
He just fucked his whole Showalter.
He's great. He's really great. And it's a fine movie. A big sick date movie. Maybe Vito would like to go with Jen since
they're dating now.
Had a date, although she said that another woman was her date.
It's like a three-way date, maybe.
I didn't see Vito in the picture, so I don't know. That's a 3. Did you just want to make sure no one thought that you were dating Vito?
That is, like a lot of the guys that follow me, I don't want them to think, I have a boyfriend.
She's trying to keep that door open.
So you didn't even put the Vito picture on yours, right?
I didn't put on mine.
Because when I brought it up, I saw the Vito picture, but Chris had went to a different site.
Yeah, different account.
Why?
I
Fuck with me?
Direction.
I love it, though. I actually said there was somebody else as the picture, and then I look over, and you just got a picture of her and Vito, and I'm like, am I crazy?
No.
So you have guys follow you that you consider fans. You're like Alex from Big Brother.
Oh, so true.
Alex from Big Brother said, a lot of my fans, my Instagram fans, this is going to be bad for me being in a showmance.
Oh, man.
Because they like to think of me as single.
Keeping it open.
Exactly. I understand.
And I'll say this. Cody and Alex, #1 couple, all-time Big Brother. More importantly, Cody, best fucking person who's ever been on, wait for it, any reality show in history.
Seems like a bit of a hothead for that.
Oh, I think of him more as cold than hot.
Yeah, but then that snap on Josh.
Well, that's not what he had coming to him.
Oh my God.
Cody's with Jess. Alex is the side piece, the Asian girl that he's also teaming up with.
Oh, okay, Alex.
Call. All right, thank you,
And
Vito.
Jess, actually, I went back through her Instagram. She deleted it now, but there's a picture with her 2 years ago with Julian Edelman, and she's holding his Super Bowl ring in her cleavage.
Well, she's a VIP girl.
Yeah. Holy crap.
And why didn't you say ample cleavage?
Very ample cleavage.
No, that is too far.
This cast has a lot of cleavage in there.
I listened to the show Big Brothers, the second episode.
Yes.
That's the show. It's one of Chris's many fucking podcasts that he's part
He has
of.
a lot.
Yeah, he's got a lot of podcasts. That's why we never worry if you get fired. Because you'll always be heard.
He's HOP.
It's like I said about Opie. Every listener to every show has a podcast now.
Yes.
And that guy thinking like stuff is being hidden like it was years ago. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Nothing is being hidden. It's all the information is out there. It's all Sam's fault. It's that simple.
I knew it.
Yeah. And Sam is trying to get Jim right now. He's trying to get him.
Oh my God.
All right, Vito, you do an amazing, there's an amazing amount of knowledge that you have about Big Brother. I would almost say an embarrassing amount of knowledge.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
He knows every season and every cast.
He's referencing other casts. He's talking
it's
about
happening so fast. I just saw the show and I can't keep up.
Well, there was a lot. There was a lot that happened in this. This week was the craziest first week we've had in a while.
On first episode, I was not sure about this show. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into. 1 week in, this might be one of the craziest first weeks of any Big Brother.
I'm worried about losing Cody though, because he is the reason that you're so fucking interested. And it's because he's a psycho.
When he does that Dead Eyes thing,
it's amazing TV. You are seeing a Marine sniper. You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching Big Brother and I'm like this. I don't know if I support the troops now. I kind of feel more afraid of the troops than support them.
He lacks empathy entirely.
There's zero empathy.
I don't like dolls.
Oh, that shit was really weird. The voodoo dolls, and he's just like, I didn't even look around. I didn't care. I don't like dolls.
Well, he did the
same. Dude.
Last week
chill
with the
out, bro.
snake. I'm not afraid of snakes. It's fake.
You're a victim and you make victim noises.
He was talking about victim. He did an interview on ET and they said, what's your least favorite thing looking into the house? And he goes, I just don't want to hear victim noises when I get in there.
That's a really scary thing. That's something that somebody with no empathy would say. They would say that the sound of someone in pain or sadness means nothing to them.
Yeah.
That is somebody
why they're
who's a sociopath.
Yes. No, psycho. That's beyond sociopath. It's
scary.
psychopath. And like they're the type, they could go into someone's house. Like they could go to Chris's fiance, murder her, cut off her head, then sit down, right? Sit down at the table, eat a lovely Costa Rican meal that had been cooking, and they're just going through a fashion magazine. They're just finishing a meal and then leaving. And like the cops have to go up and go like this, like get the murder. But why is there some just fresh eaten food and a fashion magazine that's open?
It's happened.
What are we dealing with here? I'm
kind of a nut.
It's a real nut job.
But even if he gets evicted, because Megan's self-evicted, there should be like a buyback or a battle back.
Oh, he'll battle back, believe me.
Yeah, he's already telling people you should be taking out the women so I have an easy way to get back into the house.
Oh my God, he's so scary. He's really a scary person.
Strategy, though. Good strategy, Cody. Frighten everyone. You're a fucking maniac.
Someone said the Stern Show hasn't been live since Opie was fired. That might be why they're not taking the call. Yeah, that guy was So that's just
I call.
By the way, and this is why it's hard to deal with fucking listeners, not just a straight lie that he kind of acted always like, we're not taking that call. There's no one in there. They're fucking out at the beach right now enjoying life.
It's just ringing.
Who did you speak to?
Wow. Do you think the French have got their shit together with taking off all of August?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they have it. I think they have it together. They think that they do things a lot differently.
Sure.
They just like approach everything involving work very differently. Like if
rape
everybody
is legal.
Like if everybody stops trying so hard, then the idea of what hard work is just the bar's lowered, and then that's what we call hard work.
Well, you know what?
Good idea.
I mean, it's just up to society itself to go, that guy's a weirdo. He works. You know, we choose to say, great, you're a hard worker. But what if we go, what are you hiding that you're working so hard? Like Chris has got it together, where he doesn't give a fuck about work.
Well, here's a common one that I think is pretty strange.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard a lie from Ron. Everything he said is a lie.
So if you hear someone say like, oh, these people, like, they want these handouts and like they want to win the lottery. They want stuff, but they don't want to work for it. Right? So that's like a very common thing that people like feel that way.
I want that,
but it's like really strange is nobody goes like, isn't it weird enough that you're just like, I want to work for prizes. Like even the idea of what they're saying is like, they want it for free. What you do is strange too. Like that idea of just like, I work hard so I could have this boat. God damn it, I work hard for this boat.
When I work extra, I get more paper. And that's fucking great.
And I deserve it because of the hard work. Like, you've decided to value those things. Those are just made up things that you decided to value. And then you're going, why doesn't someone have the same value system as me?
So Xavier wrote this for clarity with the psychopath, sociopath. Okay. What do you think the difference is between a psychopath and a sociopath? Because I think we all agree psychopath is worse.
Yeah. So this is what I think. I was under the impression sociopath is someone who doesn't understand the workings of other people's society. They don't feel empathy and they can make themselves do things because they don't feel something. A psychopath, I just think it's like fucking crazy. Just like so fucked up. Just like fucking so crazy.
Yeah.
No, yeah, with sociopath, it's they have they fully recognize everything and they know what they're doing. They just choose not to feel it. Whereas a psycho is more like they'll keep doing the same thing over and over and expect the same result. Like like
he just did a knife move towards me. Jump.
Yeah.
He's like,
what I've seen was like
Gail repeatedly.
Yeah, I saw this documentary where the guy he would just continually stab people just to see if there was a different result, different reaction. He just didn't get what he was doing to other people. Yeah.
So Justin is closer to Xavier's thing. Clarity, psychopaths don't know right from wrong. Sociopaths do, but don't care.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing, is that if you don't feel empathy, right, is that your fault? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you're
like
born not being able to feel empathy.
It's like a special need, essentially. Right. That's somebody who can't connect.
Like, look how many people, let's say Wall Street people, right? when they're doing the penny stocks, and they know they're selling something that's going to be worthless very soon. In this society, that salesman is regarded as a good salesman, a positive worker.
Right.
He worked 12 hours selling fucking shit stock to nice people. We're going to go, let's move him up in the world. A psychopath, can you even find them guilty of a crime if they don't know the difference between right and wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's in those cases where they decide if the person is of sound mind enough to even be tried because they don't perceive the world the way everyone else does.
Yeah,
so
I don't know if that person could even be found guilty.
But I would say, now, all of this being said, now let's double back. Is Cody a psychopath or a sociopath? Does he know what does he choose not to be a good person?
I'm going to go with psychopath. I don't think he fucking knows.
Yeah, he thinks everything he does is how it should be done.
And I heard that he attacked transgender people the other day.
Oh,
Twice.
Did he?
Twice he he said tranny. And then someone gave him shit like, why'd you say tranny?
Let Vito do it. You don't know what you're doing, Chris. Vito,
so he said
give us the actual
he called somebody a tranny, and Jess looked at him and was like, I don't think you should call them that. And he said, I'm a fucking Marine. What, do you think people are going to get all bent out of shape and be surprised that I don't see their psychotic behavior?
He's calling someone else a psycho.
Yeah. Projection 101.
We've already decided you're the psychopath, Cody.
In the meantime, he was sitting there holding a fucking head of another house guest.
Those trannies are psychos.
Was he the one eating cereal on the show?
So he actually, it looked like he's been eating cereal for 2 weeks, but to prepare for being a have-not last week, he just started eating slop voluntarily.
Okay, he's so nuts. He's so fucking nuts.
That's psycho.
So he's doing that.
He was a have-not this week, but last week he was preparing to eat he was the one who was brushing his teeth while talking to Paul.
Yeah.
But he was preparing to be a have-not because he knew it was coming because he made so many enemies that he decided to get on slop.
Psychopath.
All right, the guy who called and the listener said lied is calling us back. This is Craig Madison. Craig.
Hi, guys.
You wanted to clear something up?
No, but I'm not a liar. What I misrepresented. I called the wrap-up show on the Howard Stern channel and tried to talk to
Right.
Okay, wrap-up show. And they didn't want to take your call.
Right. They said they're not talking about it. Try to call Howard next week when he's lied. But I'm not a liar, okay?
Well, yeah, it wasn't us. I'm saying that you said Howard, and then the people called up and said Howard wasn't on. And I go, what? Craig is a fucking liar.
Yeah, I know. I'm a douchebag, but all right, they got me.
But now you got all the information you need, right?
Everything's clear.
You know,
hey, I'm going for a nice swim in Long Island Sound right now. What are you losers doing? Okay? Bye-bye.
He's got me there. He's swimming.
So that's psychopath or sociopath?
Swimming in between Connecticut and Long Island.
He's safe.
Yeah. He's on top of the fucking world right now.
I'm never even swim.
My fucking vacation was last week. God damn it.
We're all sitting here. We got pants on.
I picked the wrong fucking link. All right, someone wrote, did you guys discuss this? Jessica Simpson's been waiting her whole life to make this chicken of the sea joke. I don't know. I remember that she did it years ago.
Yeah, in the reality show.
She's still confused.
She tweeted, "This happens to the best of us." Is a very funny tweet. People tweet. It's great. Hey, how do they do a wrap-up show when there's no show before the wrap-up?
What do you think it would have talked about today?
I'd be like, we have nothing to discuss. Jay Moore's stopping here?
Yes, he is.
A little bit?
Just a little bit, yes.
The great Jay Moore. All right, let's take a break now. And coming up, the great Jay Moore. But first, Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beverage had the idea of building his own micro distillery, incorporating the boutique winery concept into the spirits industry. He acquired the first legal permit to distill in Texas. and put his life savings into it, racking up 19 credit cards to build his own copper pot stills and condensers.
Since then, he's been awarded a 95 rating by wine enthusiasts, won the unanimous Judges' Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for the world's best vodka tonic, and many others. It's got a modest paper label on a simple bottle, so all you pay for is the exceptional handmade vodka inside. Tito still makes his vodka by hand on the same land where he started it all, Austin, Texas. Tito's handmade vodka is distilled 6 times from 100% corn and is naturally gluten-free.
Visit us, and Denny's going to be there too, at titosvodka.com for recipes, songs, and more. 40% alcohol by volume, handcrafted to be savored responsibly. Hey, it's the Bennington Show. Your chance to come to the Tim and Eric Town Hall. That's happening Monday, July 17th at 5 p.m. at the SiriusXM Studios. And terrorbang.com for a chance at free tickets. Tim and Eric, big town hall next week, 5 o'clock, right here at SiriusXM. That should be a big one. What is this Sesame Street meets the Beastie Boys? Is Sesame Street even still around?
Yes. This is actually just a mashup that someone made using like an old, one of those old Sesame Street movies, like they used to do the movies in the 80s, to the tune of Sabotage and just recut it so it looks like Big Bird is singing Sabotage.
Anyway, you can see this?
Yes, it's coming up right now.
It seemed like it. Like it's taking a long time. The song is great. Any creativity going into this is terrible. He only moves his mouth like twice. There is at no point does this feel like a real mashup.
I think it's just supposed to look like the music video, which was like very iconic at the time where they're doing like the big car chase.
All right, so they're doing like a scene for scene?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give them that then.
Maybe like the most popular, like I think that's like kind of like the most iconic music video.
Of all time?
Sabotage. I feel like it's like the top of everything.
I'll call Dire Straits, I'll call Michael Jackson, and tell them that they've been dropped from the top after all these years. Yeah, I guess it was. I mean, it was a game changer.
Yeah.
It was a game changer. And I think it was the beginning of the connection between alt and hip-hop.
And I think it was Spike Jonze, right? I think Spike Jonze directed
Spike Lee.
Really?
No.
I don't think so.
It might have been Spike Jonze.
I know it was one of the Spikes.
It was Spike Jonze.
And Spike Lee?
Collab?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Seemed like you're so confident.
You
about
got
the
a
first
computer
thing.
right in front of you.
Just Google it.
Did Spike Lee collaborate?
So you actually
You know
read
that's
out
not true.
things. Oh, you need Alexa or whatever that thing is.
You do.
Which I hear like that you can say, Alexa, turn on Raw Dog, and it will now.
Yeah, Alexa and SiriusXM partnered.
Best friends.
Yeah, just like, I guess it was like maybe 2 weeks ago they announced it. And now you can just be like, put on Bennington.
Well, you gotta say Alexa first.
Alexa?
Yeah.
Will you put on Bennington, please?
I'm doing something else right now. I'm computing a bunch of stuff.
Alexa, you said anything I wanted.
I'm not a slave, goddammit.
I don't have whatever, what is Alexa? Echo or something?
Yes, an Alexa Echo, yeah.
I have, what is this, Fire Stick or Fire something?
Amazon Fire Stick?
Yeah. So I got that for my bedroom TV, because I have like the hookup in the, I don't want to buy everything for, the bedroom. And that, like, I can Alexa the channels through it. I can be like, Alexa, or like, Alexa, weather, please.
Are you
She
using
just
it a
pops
lot?
in. No, not really. I mean, like I did, like the first day I got it, I was like, I'm going to talk to Alexa about everything.
Alexa, why am I so sad? Alexa, why don't men like me?
Alexa,
why do I pick the wrong people to put in my life?
I'm like, Alexa, I thought I had a handle on this. I just don't. I'm not strong like you, Alexa.
Alexa, is it really such a long and winding road?
Alexa, does my childhood have anything to do with this?
Alexa, why did my dad like me? Like my brothers and sisters, how much better?
Alexa, I'm going to ask you, are you my mom? And you're going to say you are. Okay, Alexa, are you my mom?
We're never leaving this room. Promise me. That's the saddest scene in history.
And it's like the best scene ever. It's the best scene ever. So up on the Interrobang, there is this new perfume that I'm so weirded out by. It's a perfume called Baby Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And it is supposed to be based on the scent of when you were a child and you lost a tooth.
I remember that smell.
It's like, so they kind of describe it as like kind of a warm, milky, sweet smell with a tinge of like metallic, like the blood. Like a child's mouth.
Why
like
can't I put in a small amount of rot?
Candy sweet child's mouth, but kind of bloody. And when I read this, I had not thought about that scent since I was a little kid.
Because you would take your baby tooth and smell it.
Yeah, and it was like kind of sweet and bloody smelling.
Yeah.
A little bit of like metal, like the way blood smells. And it freaked me out
like copper.
so much. Like that's a smell I just never thought of.
But won't you feel like if your girlfriend puts on that perfume, you're with a toddler that just lost a tooth?
Yeah, it's a strange way to attract a mate, and that's usually what we think of perfumes as.
I think you're going to end up dating a lot of 5 or 6 year old boys.
I don't remember that smell at all. I don't even remember really
You
remember.
still have your baby teeth.
Yeah,
That's why.
okay, that's why he looks like
He's
that.
never lost his baby teeth.
They're so tiny. I just thought
You know
he had
why?
really big gums.
Because
but it turns out-
your junkie dad took your baby teeth and put it under his pillow to get some
Oh
money.
no, that's probably what it
Look,
is.
Vito wants to add something.
I actually still have 2 baby teeth.
Do you really?
These 2 teeth? Right here?
The way he just pointed them. Oh, they do actually.
Those 2 teeth? So my wisdom teeth came in crooked and they pushed the baby teeth, from getting knocked out. So you could see my adult teeth up here.
Oh, that's so weird. That's really, really strange. And yes, they do look small.
All right, take a picture just of your teeth, and we'll put it out. And we'll just put it, Vito still has 2 baby teeth.
Freak mouth.
Hopefully that goes viral. Bum, bum,
I had one baby tooth that didn't have a big girl tooth underneath.
What?
And then when I got, that's what people call them still, I believe. And then when I got braces, they were like, let's pull that baby tooth and then we'll use that room to space everything out. And I'm like, well, won't I just have like a gap there? And they're like, it's fine. So like way back here, I just have a place where like an adult tooth should have been.
Everybody has that weirdness. George Carlin always did the bet. Isn't it great that your back teeth aren't up front? Well, did you give me a note?
Yes, there's a note up there.
Can I have a note?
All right. Here's the thing. So Chris tells me that Jay is coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're telling me he's still in LA?
He's still in LA, yeah.
I still want him here by the end of the show today.
Can you produce this?
Not sure
99 miles to LA. I'm crying.
This doesn't have to do with the baby teeth, does it?
I hope not.
So, is he doing Gotham tonight?
He told me that he was doing Gotham tonight. I didn't see it on the website, but maybe I thought it might have been not announced.
Not announced.
It wasn't.
That's
so
announced.
that is announced. It is
Not
announced.
announced is announced.
Or maybe just not announced.
All right, so no Jay Moore today.
No Jay Moore today.
You know what? I'm glad I got to see you guys, but I wanted to see Jay Moore.
I know. I was looking forward to it because I've never met him in person.
You didn't get my joke.
Yeah. CJ Moore.
Yeah, then my step.
Oh, sorry.
But we don't have a good giggle.
Just got an update. He has an ear infection, couldn't fly.
Oh, that's the worst
Jay.
news. That's terrible.
Tell him Gail never got to meet him.
Tell him we've only been phone friends. I hope he considers me a phone friend.
I think so.
The thing is, the way I was using Moore and Jay Moore was M-O-R-E.
Yeah.
That was
like
the word
more.
play.
I want to see Jay more.
Yeah.
Than everyone else.
Now they're saying Trump Jr. should have just kept his pie hole shut instead of...
Never come clean.
Because he changed the story. Well, come clean early.
Yeah.
Like, when there you go, did you guys ever meet any Russians? Don't say no.
All right. So wait, where are we landing on now? Now he's saying what exactly?
He said he just met with them because the Russians were going to give him some information about Hillary Clinton.
Right.
And then they didn't. They wanted to talk about adopted babies.
So that's what everyone was asking about, as if they talked to the Russians. They were specifically asking.
And it probably would have been better to say, I wanted to talk about adopted babies. They tried to bring up Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Not like I was trying to find out bad shit from them.
But they were good.
I can't even keep up with
But instead, now you're just going, oh, those Russians. Oh, okay.
Now, it's funny. We've got 3 channels up. 2 are obsessed with this story, and 1 acts like it doesn't exist.
Yes. They're on some other shit right now.
They can't be bothered.
Do, 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 do. How about you, Jen? You got any of your little dishes?
I do, actually. I was kind of surprised about this one.
What is it?
Well, Ben Affleck, I thought he was back together with, his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Jenny. Well, he's now dating an SNL producer.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. And like they had like all these cute.
That'd be great if it was Lauren. That would be the biggest story ever.
Huge. Wow, that's really crazy.
Yeah, she's cute though, and she recently just got divorced, and people were saying that she was still back with her ex-husband.
Were they dating while?
That's what they're trying to debate.
Now, hold on. What's his ex-wife's name?
Jennifer Gardner.
Don't you think this woman kind of looks like Jennifer?
A blonde version, right?
You're saying Ben Affleck has a type.
Yes, and like the bone structure to me is very similar.
Yeah, like the long face and jawline. I thought the same thing.
Well, let me ask you this though. Have they been seen canoodling?
Were they canoodling?
Yes, they were seen canoodling.
Are they a blind? Are they a blind item in the post? What famous actor was seen with an SNL producer? I wouldn't like to be caught up. I was like, fuck, that's us.
Hope no one gets it.
What Raw Dog host, midday Raw Dog host, was seen puking in a dumpster?
All right, well, this one's easy.
Behind a fish house. Screaming, this fish was bad. Shit, that's me. All right, well, that's, here's the thing. Ben Affleck has been famous for a long, long time. And he's still not 50. And it seems like he's been famous as long as Jack Nicholson.
He's also had just so much coverage. Like he's constantly in the news. And the Batman thing also puts him up.
Well, let's play that game very quickly. Who do you think that the press has paid attention to the longest? Like at one point, let's just say this. Burt Reynolds, they talked about every day, but they stopped.
Right.
20 years ago. You know? Is there anyone that they never lose interest in?
Yes.
Girl or guy? Like, or just anybody?
Either.
Let's go girl or guy. Let's give who we all believe it to be. Right.
Tom Cruise for dating life, marriage life,
Weirdo
Scientology. He has never been out of the tabloids.
All right, Jen.
Kim Kardashian, obviously.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
I was going to say Oprah, but does she count as the press?
Oh, no. No, she would count as somebody that the hype thing. Now, I said longest. Who's had the longest 100% interest? And I think it's Miss Barbara Streisand. They were interested in her in the 60s, and they follow her around today.
That's true. She does like still pop up in like tabloid stuff. They see her somewhere.
They see her. They find out that she's up to something. They're still interested. And that's because the Jews and gays never lost interest.
No.
If you've got the Jews and gays interest, you've got the media
The weird
on
thing
your
is,
side. You got celebrity media.
I was obsessed with her as a child, and I wasn't either. Like, I was obsessed with her as a kid. Like, I can remember the first time I saw her, and I just remember, like, thinking, I need to know everything that this woman's ever done.
What was the first thing you saw?
Funny Girl was the first thing. It was Easter morning. I was a little kid, and I was watching Funny Girl, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
But Funny Girl came out in the 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how people felt in the 60s.
Yeah.
People never lost interest in Barbra Streisand. They get mad at her and stuff like that. Barbra Streisand's a bitch. But that's what happens when you're famous. It doesn't mean that they like you.
Yeah.
That just means that they're interested in you.
I would say also, obviously not as long as Barbara, but I would put Madonna in that category as well. Like, stayed consistently from the moment she was known.
No one has written anything nice about Madonna in, I'll say, 25 years.
Yeah.
Like, they acted like she was old in 89. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, by the time it was 92, like, ew, can you believe she's put out a sex book with her old tits in it? But she never backs down. Now, I will tell you this. I wrote an op-ed piece about how I found Barbra Streisand to be guilty for the death of John Norman Howard. I just felt like she was an enabler, and it led to him being killed in a car crash.
She wrote that as an op-ed?
Mm-hmm. And you know what she wrote back to me?
What?
With one more look at you, I could overcome the anger that I've learned to know.
Voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel. And then when she breaks into him, are you watching me now? Not a fucking dry eye.
No.
People laying on the floor of movie theaters. Fucking just pounding, going, she's singing his song in her own way. But it's his song.
I hope she never gets out of the tabloids.
Right now, I feel like singing a song like that about Jay Moore's ear.
Oh, that's so sad. I was really excited. It was like Jay Moore Day.
Too. You know what? I told Chris, I go, don't bother Jay Moore. Just he'll come in when he comes in. But you even just told me yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was just yesterday, yeah.
So that was the plane he was supposed to get on.
Yeah.
He was like going to the airport going, hey, I'm going to be at Gotham tomorrow. Can I come in?
Yep.
And you never checked because you didn't want to
Well, I wanted to confirm with him. It's 2:00. Yes, that's good. And then so I was like, hey, it's tomorrow. So I no need to reconfirm.
Isn't it funny whenever you don't do that, though? It falls through. It's
no, we
very
don't
funny.
do that. Then
it's very fucking
Makes it very
funny.
hard for me not to.
I know. I know it does.
That's the problem. We just keep learning bad lessons all the time.
And I don't want to give away personal shopper. It's me. It's in my head.
Oh, wow.
I'm the medium. I'm the Long Island medium. Seriously, no one saw personal shopper.
I haven't seen it.
Maybe you guys don't get on demand.
I need to get it. I demanded I get it.
All right, I'm going to give you a blind item, right?
Okay.
What motel chain gives out condoms with their room keys?
Motel 6?
And by the way, it's used condoms.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't thank you for that.
I just turn inside out.
Can I just have a mint?
He just turned it inside out. Anyone who would say that has done it. And by the way, Chris does consider a condom a mint.
Same flavor to him. Either way, it's an improvement on his breath.
Oh, come on.
Old cum breath smells better today.
No one ever calls me jizz mouth.
Holly wrote, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston have never been off the tabloids. I know I walk to work most days that I can, and I walk all past the TV and newsstands.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen Jennifer Aniston's face for fucking 16 years.
Yes.
Every day. And it's like her new haircut, her shitty life, her boyfriend is cheating on her.
Right. Or just like, it'll just be like a special, just like, looking back on the Rachel, the best hair of all time.
And then I'm like, well, there was 2 other girls on this show. Why doesn't anybody care about Phoebe?
I know, I'm interested in Phoebe.
You'd like to know if she's happy in love?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give us another one. Give us another one.
Well, there's a little update on Rob and, as you called her, China Black.
All right, you know what? Come on in here.
Okay.
Come on in here. China Black is a play off the heroin I used to enjoy, which was China White. Vito, I hate to make you work for a second, but I'm going to today. Is that rough for you?
No, it's all good.
And you know what? It's all good. Thanks. That's good improv. I need a replacement for Jay Moore, so send me my intern. We haven't seen him in a while. All right, so what's going on with? I know it all blew up over the vacation, right?
Yeah. So you want like how it, like from the beginning? Because it's a pretty long story.
Yeah, well,
crazy.
Give me the elevator pitch. Like you want to tell me, but we're on the elevator.
Okay.
And we're only going to the 2nd floor.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. It's like way
Harry.
too much. Okay, so Rob posted on his Instagram that Black China sent him on the 4th of July a picture, like a video of her kissing this like unknown rapper. She was like in the bed, kind of making out with him.
Now she did that to hurt him, right?
Oh yeah.
I was confused. They have a child together?
Yes, they have baby Dream. They just had a baby together.
But I remember years ago, and I don't know whether any of you have been in, but Sam Kinison used to have his girlfriend call her ex while they were either making love or doing stuff and say, I'm fucking her. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like, there was a cuckling to that. Spencer,
it's a forced cuck.
Have you ever been in that kind of a bad breakup where you want to hurt the other person?
Oh, I have not.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
So then he went on a whole like rant on Instagram, like posting.
He was so upset.
He was pissed. So then it was another guy popped up.
Popped up or pooped up?
Popped up.
Okay.
Another guy popped up out of the woodwork, and he posted an Instagram picture of him in their bed. Okay, so what Rob said is that he pays for her house, and he's saying that the bed that she was having sex with from what he knows, 2 different guys. She was having sex with them with their children downstairs, and then he went on and said that like she's been doing drugs, and he's actually went and got the drugs for her. She's been doing Molly and ecstasy, he said. So he was pretty pissed.
Now, here's the deal. Why does Rob Kardashian take this public? Because he's something wrong with him? Because I've heard from other people, they believe that there's something wrong with Rob in his brain.
Also, like, does he have his own money? Like, he says he pays for it.
Well, they have the show Rob in China.
Yes, he gets paid by his mom, too.
Yeah, and also the mom.
Because I remember she bought his house or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's his job, being a good son. That could be a job.
And he's like kind of known to like blow up his ex-girlfriends. Like he did it to Rita Ora.
Who does that remind me of? Chris Stanley. What?
He like blew her up on Twitter when they broke up, saying that she had sex with over 100 guys.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like known to slut shame women.
By the way, what's the number? I'm going to go to Spencer. If you found out somebody you were dating, what's the top number of guys that you would be comfortable with her being with before the next number would make you kind of disgusted?
That's a hard question.
Thank you.
It all depends.
But let's just go from, let's just say off the top of your head.
If it was like with my best friends or one of my other
what are your girlfriends? Like I'm going to date this girl exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going like, honey, how many men have you been with sexually before me? What's the number that you'd be like, oh, that's too many?
If it was too many, I would say that if she was with, 20 guys.
20.
Wow.
20.
Then that's
would be
enough.
disgusting.
Too many.
Chris, what's your disgusting number?
63.
And mine was 1. If I found out she was even with another man, I'll go back and kill him. I'll kill him where he sleeps. But you'd be okay if she's with 19 guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, now it sounds too high?
Now it does sound high when you hear her just 1-9 together.
Oh, now I know what you're saying.
Yes.
How many is too many?
Oh,
she had sex with.
Okay, I got it. No, it would be about 5.
5.
Okay, 5. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going on.
So 4 guys wouldn't bother you?
No.
But what if it was all at the same time?
that would really bother me.
See?
Yeah, okay.
There's the thing. That's what you got. Before you sign that contract, you got to ask some questions. Sure. And you're from Long Island, right?
Yes.
And I know this for a fact. Girls from Long Island, when they say their sex list, they never add oral sex to it.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, I've only been with 9 guys. And then something about, if it comes up, they'll be like, no, I blew 158 guys. But I did not let them have sex with my vagina.
And that number's too high.
I put their penises on my tongue. I saw no reason to bring that up. I didn't think that you would throw that in.
You weren't specific.
That means nothing that I had their penis on my tongue. Why would I even bring that up to you? And then you're out there in Long Island with them, guys are just driving by going, thanks for blowing me. Hey, blowjob Mary, good to see you back in town.
Oh my God. If you were out in the Hamptons, that's where you get more girls.
Oh boy.
The ladies.
Yeah. Ladies do love the Hamptons. Were you out there this weekend?
No, I was not.
Where were you?
I was home. I was chilling, but I had a bunch of cousins over.
Sweet. Cousin time.
Oh yeah. 4th of July.
Do you guys barbecue?
Oh yeah.
What you guys barbecue?
Burgers, hot dogs, steak. We still got leftovers, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Chris, leftover steak?
I'll take some leftover steak. Bring it in. Bring it in, Spencer. Come on.
All right.
I don't know if he's telling the truth here.
You know what? You can get in trouble for that.
Oh, could I?
Telling an intern to bring in food for you.
Yeah, you can't tell an intern to bring in leftover steak.
Is Pit Doc going to be here with food, or did he have an ear infection?
Pit Doc confirmed with me earlier this morning.
Did he make the flight?
Wait, you confirmed with Pit Doc, not with major movie, TV, radio star. Hey, there's our man. The Lord's back.
Nice.
Good to see him.
He told me today he had pneumonia.
Oh my God.
Find that out before so I could have sent him a card from all of us. We could have all signed it.
I would have loved to have done that.
We love the Lord.
The Lord is good.
That's our favorite Lord.
Don't tell the other one.
Mm-hmm. Curb returns October 1st.
Just announced.
Nice.
Oh, it's going to be in medieval times. He left. He did nothing. He returned. Good for him. What's your favorite season?
Oh, God, that's really
season for everyone.
I would say
the first season with JB Smooth in it. I can't remember what's number.
Is that
mine was the last season where he married into JB Smooth's family. That was the funniest.
That shit was
I was actually yelling. I hope this is the last episode. What were we talking about? China Black?
Yeah.
China Black.
So what's going on? Are they back together?
No, they are not. Definitely not back together. Right now she's suing him. Or she wants a restraining order against him. So they are going to court today. And yeah, we're going to see what happens.
You know what I would say if I was Rob Kardashian? I said that bitch cray.
Yeah.
That'd be the first thing I'd say.
I think it was just too, he also posted, this was the big, whoa, was that he posted nude pictures of her vagina too, on Instagram.
I just wasn't expecting that.
Now, by the way, this is why you don't want to have pictures of your vagina.
And her vagina too.
Well, she said when they were together, I mean, she didn't think she was going to get exposed. That was just
everyone that gets exposed trusted the other person. No one ever says, I've given my vagina pictures to my worst enemy.
The only person who should have pictures of your vagina is your doctor, right? That's normal?
No.
Huh? What do you mean? All doctors take pictures of your vagina.
Oh, not one.
Good God.
All right. Ethan in Virginia.
Hey, Mr. B, how you doing?
So goddamn good.
I
So glad to be back.
remember being 13 and wanted to read 1984 because I had heard that there was a sex scene in the book, and I was so excited. And it's the scene where the main character is going to go sleep with a girl, and she goes, "Oh, I've slept with guys before you. I hope that's okay." And he goes, "Oh, tell me you slept with everybody. That just makes it so much hotter. Tell me you slept with hundreds of guys." And even at 13, I was like, that's weird. That's not right.
But now that you're older, you're like, yeah, I do want to hear this story.
Yeah, I'm so into it. Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. Well, do you fucking do that, huh? Pull your pants down. Was that it? You're like, what the fuck is wrong?
But you're a teenager, you're like, ew.
Yeah, there is an amount of weird conservativeness to teenage boys. And I think that's why they get around to calling girls sluts.
Yeah.
Because I remember even being a teenager, I was like, we're trying to fucking get them to do that. Let's not
slut shame.
Let's not be mean to them. Let's try to make it seem like this is a good thing.
I mean, if you think about it, slut shaming hurts everyone.
Yeah.
Hurts men and women.
I remember there was a girl in my school that called Toots because she blew someone. And I'm like, well, now Toots is fucking stopped.
Yeah, you've stopped the music.
Yeah. And it was like, hey, Toots, and she would cry. I'm like, leave fucking Toots alone. And I'd be like this, Toots, you need to fucking drive a ride home? And she's like, I know what this is about, dude. I know you don't care about me. I go, I do, Toots. I care very much. Hey, let's go over here to Todd. Todd, what's up?
Hey, how are the Benningtons today?
Hey.
Hey, yeah. Well, first thing, real quick, Gail, you shouldn't be on the radio. You have a voice and a body that's too good to be on the radio.
That is really sick.
Thank you.
That's a really fucking weird thing to say.
Sorry about that, buddy.
All right, what else? What else?
Second thing, that Long Island loser, barbecuing is not doing steaks and burgers. That's grilling. Barbecuing takes hours.
Well, you came in and just commanded the show today, my friend. You pushed around the men and you seduced the women. There's nothing more you could ask for.
He has confidence.
I don't play the game of grilling or barbecuing. I normally say grilling, but there's no one part of the country that could tell the rest of the country what barbecuing is because everyone disagrees so much.
Yeah, I use them interchangeably. I don't understand which one is inappropriate. Barbecuing is the one that you're not allowed, according to some people. You can't say. Yes, according to
this great fucking guy. First of all, your voice
charming
and body too fucking good to be on the radio. You know what you should be on right now? Miss America pageant.
This guy's got a point. You should be a doctor.
You're just sitting there with a pick picking out your hair. I don't know. I think he's kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
You know, I saw that yesterday. I'm like, that might be the greatest scene in the history of movies.
I love it so much. And
Spencer, don't listen to him. You can say barbecuing. You can say grilling.
Barbecue, grilling, anything.
Right.
Pretty much same thing. It all depends on the scenario.
Look, I'll put it in the oven. I'll put a pizza in the oven and I go, I'm grilling a fucking pizza right now.
Or I'm just cooking a pizza.
Okay. Your voice has gotten so deep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's good.
Do you talk this way off the radio?
It all depends usually. I want to sound more professional.
No.
Okay. Well, it's working.
It is. I feel.
Would you like to have like your own segment where you read something off?
Good question.
Thank you.
It's good.
I don't really know. But actually, I was going to tell you some news about this morning. So, for people who commute from Long Island, New Jersey, the Penn Station just started their Amtrak construction last night, and this morning when I came in, the train showed up 10 minutes late. So, it actually is going to be a summer of hell for those who are commuting.
That's what they're calling it, a summer of hell.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that could be your segment, Summer of Hell.
Nope. NBC called it already.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you could do an update on comedy tours.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Who would like to help? Who would like to produce this for Spencer?
I'm kidding.
I will produce this for Spencer.
I would rather do it.
I would rather
Vito,
do it.
fucked up. You're on my side, buddy.
What the fuck?
So you pick Vito?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alliance.
This is the best.
It's the best friends, aren't
This is a showmance.
Yeah. Bromance.
Bromance.
Got it.
Bromo salsa. All right, Vito, tomorrow you put together... Oh, no, you're not in tomorrow, right?
Nope.
You're in the next day?
I'm in Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Great. So on Wednesday, I heard that you're doing another internship besides ours.
Oh, yes.
Who are you with?
I'm with a brands company called Momentum. It's a marketing and brands agency They're part of an RPG company called McCann.
Now, are you interested in marketing?
Possibly.
Yeah. Smart.
But I'm more on the communication side of it.
But what were you working for in them? Something that
mostly advertising.
Yeah.
Right now we're working on a pitch project for Mazda because basically Mazda's retention rates have declined for the past couple of years from 2.0% to 1.6%. So we're trying to come up with a way.
Now, what do you mean by retention?
Well, probably I don't really know much about it. We're just right now gathering ideas about it.
Yeah, but do you know what that means? Like, did we even remember the name Mazda? Is that what you mean?
Well, Mazda's the name of the car.
Right, I know that. But I'm trying to find out what the retention rate means and why 2.0 is good and 1.6 is bad.
Well, it's been declining, though, for the past couple of years.
Whatever
so
that is.
That could also...
Mm-hmm. What do you, anybody know more?
What it would be if you own a Mazda, do you buy another Mazda after that? So
why would that be retaining the
brand.
Oh, I thought it was retaining the name in your
No.
Like if somebody said to me, would you go out and get mayonnaise? There's only one kind I would get.
Hellman's.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it's the best mayonnaise, but I've retained that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
then if you walked in, saw Kraft mayo, you would be like,
there's
no mayo here.
First of all, this light blue is it's too light. I need a darker blue.
That's how I know it's
now
good.
That Kraft, I don't even think I've attempted it.
Yeah.
Because I don't, let's suppose I go out for Chris with his daily tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah.
And Chris said, would you like to eat a tuna fish sandwich? I'd never go, but what kind of mayo do they use?
Yeah, right.
I don't know when I'm getting mayo from a deli, yet at home, it's Hellman's 100%.
Yeah.
So, but maybe that isn't the retention thing at all that you were talking about.
Yeah, but it might be... I kind of thought it was
like Chris's thing.
That you continue using that brand as opposed to just... I thought it was more like name retention, like you keep the product in mind.
I think Chris is probably... correct.
That seems impossible.
No, I don't. I mean, after we thought about it a little bit, yes. But it is, don't people want to shake it up a little bit with their car? Do you want the same car every fucking time you go out?
I think so, yeah.
I know people who only buy Chevy. Like who will only buy Chevy cars no matter what.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's not a crazy thing. There's Chevy
man.
Chevy versus Ford is basically NASCAR.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
They've always got like Calvin and Hobbes peeing on things and stuff.
Yeah, balls. And I would say, like, me and my brother would fight. I'm like, I'm a Chevy man. My brother would say, I'm a Ford man. I go, Chevy. He go, Ford. I go, well, I'm staying a Chevy man. He goes, well, you're looking at a Ford man. I go, I didn't even think that you're really Dad's son.
That's clear.
No, shit. And I'd be like, put that knife down. You're going to kill me with it. And he said, you take back what you said about Ford. I go, I do. I like Ford better now. And everyone was like, why? I go, because I don't want to be stabbed in the neck.
And I think that's brand retention.
Yeah, that's how you retain a brand. I'll tell you this. I'm in the band retention.
Wow.
God, give us another dish. One that we can care about. No, I want you to care about it. Look, you two are Jay Moore right now, in my opinion.
I don't make it fill that spot, but the Migos, the rap group, the Bad and Bougie song.
We are the three Migos. We are the three Migos. All right, got Bad and Bougie.
So they're bougie.
Sorry.
So they were going to perform, and they were taking a Delta flight, and they were basically kicked off the flight like last minute because of that bag situation where they didn't put it on top, and he had it by his foot, and then his manager claimed that it was racial profiling.
Well, first of all, I always say this, and I hope it doesn't come off bad. Anytime you kick a black man off the plane, I'm a little more comfortable.
Oh my God.
Did I say the wrong thing?
Nope.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say this again. I've flown for a lot of years. The bags, the stuff at the top is smaller and smaller all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a glove box up there now.
And yet the the bags that people are bringing seem to get bigger and bigger. Like, I feel like when I was a kid, everyone just had like these little purses or and now people have like full suitcases.
No one wanted to bring their suitcase on the fucking plane years ago. Now someone acts like there's a problem with waiting.
Yeah, people freaked out about waiting at the carousel.
When I went to Miami, I went with a group of girls, and there was a text that went out beforehand. Everyone make sure you have a carry-on sized bag. We don't want to be waiting for anyone at the... So then I had to sit there and go, now I got to figure out a bag. I got to cut down the amount of clothes I wanted to bring.
Why didn't you say this?
We would have been waiting for all of 10 minutes.
Why didn't
and
you
then
just
now
say
I'm
this?
carrying a fucking bag.
I have no problem catching my own Uber, and I'll meet you at the hotel.
You fucking cunt.
But I'm serious. Do we really all have to leave the airport at the same time?
Going to the same place.
Yeah. I'll see you at the hotel. I'll meet you for cocktails at the shitty bar at the hotel. But no, I don't attempt to bring a bag on. I bring like a little briefcase with reading and listening material.
I bring a small bag with the things that I want to have with me, but the suitcase, I don't want to carry a suitcase.
I bring a vape pen of weed or hash oil.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And I always say to the guy next to me, I'll go, look like this plane's getting pretty high, brother.
Oh, man. I saw this in a movie clip last night when something like this happened.
What movie?
Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay.
It's a great one. That's
the scene where he gets stopped by one of the security guards and he gets randomly searched. So just because of the color of my skin, you assume that I have drugs and illegal narcotics on me? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Good.
Classic.
It's classic.
Jen, take us to the next dish.
Okay, so, you know, John Mayer and Jessica Simpson dated once.
I did not know that.
They did, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they dated, and then he, said recently that, her sex life. Yeah.
She was sexual napalm?
Yes.
I do remember that, and I forgot.
Yeah. That was crazy to me.
Now,
I never knew that they were, so...
a friend of mine said, this is a girl I know, could you introduce me to John Mayer? I have to go, first of all,
interesting.
I haven't seen him in many years. Second, no.
Even if I saw him yesterday.
I did not want to say to this person, you're a hostess at a lunch place. And John Mayer is a rock star.
Yeah.
And I feel weird saying to him, because Zito knows him very well.
Yeah.
So it's not like I couldn't get this message to John Mayer.
Right.
But I don't want the message from me being, after he debuted a song on our show many years ago, to be now, hey, I know a hostess from a lunch place. She's slightly above average looking. Yeah. She would love to go out with you anytime but lunch.
That's when she works.
Yeah. That's definitely
middays
her work
are
time.
really hard for her.
What's that?
She needs a dinner date.
Yeah, I would never even say for a blind date dinner. That's too much pressure.
I think about this all the time because I was, I don't like the Tinder era.
Mm-hmm.
I did not grow up in the Tinder era, but if I did, I can't imagine the people always have a dinner with a stranger. There's no way I would do anything but other than go out to a bar or go get coffee. Those are the only two options for first date is coffee or a drink.
I think even the thought of you haven't met, but you're on a date is a lot more pressure than, hey, I met this person, we had some fun talking, why don't we go out one night? Yeah. That seems like so much less pressure than, yes, I'm looking for a blonde girl who is supposed to be here.
It's fucking weird.
Didn't you have a Tinder date over the break? Lifeguard?
It's been a while. I haven't really talked to her, so.
Did you go out with her once?
Nope.
Okay. So, I got that from Veets.
I thought they were going to go out soon. That's what he told me.
Vito, you told them?
Yes.
I was happy for you. I was pumped that you were going to go on this date.
Oh my God.
Well, it's all right, but,
I won't let it happen again, Spencer.
Don't worry, Vito. You're so cool.
All right.
I was worried that was going to affect his producer position on this, this segment.
He's the man.
He did say it in a happy
Okay, that's
way.
fine. All
he was
right.
like psyched.
Yeah. But
maybe we'll have you to do some countdowns, some comedy countdowns. Like top 5 of
Funniest,
anything. Yeah.
like,
Top 5 funniest ladies.
Right.
Top 5 funniest, there's tons of Asian comics that are just crushing it right now.
Harold or Kumar.
Yes, both of them are fantastic. Didn't you have, I know this is off Jeffrey Gurian's. I'm going to give my own dish off Jeffrey Gurian's. TJ Miller said his dad told him to quit Silicon Valley. His dad's like, dude, why are you still interested in Silicon Valley?
Really?
Yeah. And he also said something like, he said this. TJ Miller told him that, it was time and his character was becoming a one-note performance. And then TJ also said this. Unlike women and wine, television does not get better with age. And if you're just a TV actor, that is a concern. So fuck you, Alan Alda. You haven't done shit with your life.
Fucked your career up.
I also believe that TJ is moving here to New York City.
Yes, he is, yeah. Living downtown.
And he might have thought of it as a one-note character, but it was such a good note. It's the problem for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Who was enjoying that note every time.
He's already moved into the West Village. He's out of La La Land, as I like to call it.
Did you come up with that?
One of the people. I came up with it just 10 years after the other guy did.
It still counts.
So Pit Doc bringing us food?
Yes, he's bringing us food.
Did you find out what kind yet?
I ask, he doesn't respond when I ask.
He does like it to be a surprise.
He loves surprises.
You think it's going to be burnt ends?
I don't think so. I think he's going to mix it up.
We
haven't seen him in so long.
I think he's going to go to Parm. That's what I think.
You guys ever eaten a Parma sandwich?
Yeah, I think I have.
It's out of this world. What is it, Chris?
One more live read.
Okay, buddy. Chris, I had a friend who had a wife who, when she felt like he had too much to drink, would rattle keys, the car keys.
Yes.
And we used to bust up. But Chris would just start rattling papers. He's like a dog scratching. But there's something you wanted to talk to me about, right, Chris?
Yeah, it was The Big Sick.
Well, I told you I saw the movie. What do you want to know?
I want to know about the stars of the film and the plot.
Based on the real life story between Kumail Nanjiani and Emily V. Gordon, The Big Sick tells the story of a Pakistani-born aspiring comedian, Kumail, who meets grad student Emily, played by Zoe Kazan, after one of his stand-up sets.
By the way, Zoe Kazan, I don't know, I mean, I'm going off script here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the sexiest people I've ever seen in my life.
Very.
She's very hot, but she's also crazy sexy, like street sexy. Like somebody you know sexy. Not like actress sexy, you know?
They thought their hookup would just be a one-night stand, but it actually blossoms into the real thing. This new relationship complicates the life that was expected of Kumail by his traditional Muslim parents. And when Emily is hospitalized with a mystery illness, Kumail has to face the medical crisis with her parents, Beth, played by Holly Hunter.
Can I just stop that again? She plays Zoe's mother?
Uh-huh.
Holly Hunter, crazy sexy.
Yes, she's one of my all-time favorites. All-time favorite humans, not just actresses, humans walking Earth.
She did this show one time, and it was hard not to just start blathering to her and just remain cool.
Yeah.
How I did it, I don't know. Big Sick. Can't wait. I'm the only one I think here who's seen Big Sick, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Also, Ray Romano plays Terry, her dad.
Great actor in this film. He has gone from being like Everybody Loves Raymond, but primarily a stand-up, to like, oh, he's the guy that they go to in Hollywood
for
acting roles now.
Produced by Judd Apatow and directed by Michael Showalter, The Big Sick is getting amazing reviews. Rolling Stone calls it the funniest date movie of 2017, and the New York Times says it's a joyous, generous-hearted romantic comedy. Get your tickets now and go see The Big Sick, now playing in select cities everywhere Friday.
I love this song, too. It's a big sick, not a small sick, but a really, really big sick. Well, she's so sick, but she's so sick. I don't think she's gonna wake up from it, 'cause it's a big sick, not a small sick, but a really, really big sick. I think she's too sick.
I think that explains everything.
It really does.
I think that should be a Broadway song.
Dude, that's so nice of you to say, man.
It's really sweet.
Do you like us better or the marketing firm?
Tough choice.
Ooh, that hurts.
Thought it would be an easy choice.
No. You know why? He's a positive guy. Mm-hmm. You never say anything's negative.
Nope.
Are you having less fun here, though, than you did last year?
No, I'm having 2 internships, going to this every day. It's great. It's a great opportunity.
It's really great.
He really is. He's a positive guy.
Let's say if I was running for president, which I'm obviously not going to be.
Are you sure?
Not for a while.
My presidential slogan would be positive.
That's a good one.
It's cool.
You feel like Trump is positive?
No.
Would you say positively shit?
Possibly.
Possibly. Shit.
Was it one of your worst nights when Trump was elected?
Oh my God. I was mortified. Like the next morning when I woke up, everybody on campus, the whole campus was quiet. But then I realized that, because we're a democracy and, whatever the outcome is, we have to accept whatever candidate we get.
What about the fact that Russia helped?
Ugh. It's a nightmare.
Nightmare we're not waking up from. Well, anyway.
But
here's the thing. You got to be positive.
Yeah, that's the slogan. I learned that from someone great.
I remember when I was being positive, I'm like, I'm going to have a smile on my face every day.
Yeah.
And then everyone was mad at me because it was my best friend's funeral, right?
Right. So.
And I was just trying to make everybody laugh and feel like in a good mood. And they're like, you were the last one with him. And we heard someone screaming, please, Ron, don't.
So the smiling.
I go like that, yeah. Well, I was smiling because they couldn't prove anything. I don't mind being accused of murder, but I hate being convicted of murder.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. But I don't mind people talking behind my back. I'm just like, please, don't talk to my face.
Yeah.
Say stuff that I don't hear about.
Sweeten that rep for me.
Yeah. I feel like I have a good representation. That's my thing. And I have a lot of street credibility.
Yeah.
How's my street credibility working out?
Checking.
Good. Every day I want you to give me a number on my street credibility.
Gotcha.
What do you think it is today, Chris?
Like a 645.
Not bad.
Oh.
645. Is that time that you're putting down? That's not a number that
Did you just look at a clock?
More likely he just looked at a cock. Am I right, Spence?
No.
If you were to look around here, out of all the guys, which one do you think is most likely to be gay?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. But if you had to say. If Nazis had your parents and the Nazis said, you have to tell us which one you think is gay.
Okay, I would say it would be, you know what? Chris has a girlfriend.
Oh! Guess what? We've never seen her.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
We saw him with a guy, Bronx Johnny. Dude, did you ever make out with Bronx Johnny?
I've never made out with Bronx Johnny.
We live in a world where we don't
have to hide it anymore.
I'd actually, Chris, I think I would like you more if I knew that.
I couldn't like you any less.
That's terrible news.
What? It's a big sick, not a small sick. It's a really, really big sick. Well, she's so sick that she pukes up. Looks like her own shit. So they sing that song in the movie. It's supposed to be a musical, I guess.
Sure.
Cool.
Good though.
I will say this. I did cry at the movie because I had lost my wallet and they wouldn't turn the lights on. And I was just like, turn on the lights, you motherfucker. Here is my favorite thing about Chris, that you got me on the Jay Moore joke today.
It wasn't a joke.
You got me, buddy. Your episode of Punk'd is my favorite this season.
So that's your thing?
Do you know that I was going to take an extra day of vacation?
I didn't know that.
Because I didn't want the open firing stuff to stick to me that I was in the meetings. I was like, this, fellas, we've got a big decision to make.
I just showed up just to see if I could get a promotion. I just popped up in the hall. Aren't you on vacation? Hello, everybody. What's going on?
It looks like you should have been here Friday for promotion day.
Just holding a bunch of papers, just doing all this work. I work so hard.
I guess I work a promotable amount.
I need that head of something title. Anything.
Oh. All right, let's do one more story before we leave this.
Okay.
Literally a shit house.
So Jeremy Meeks, that really hot model that went to jail, and then
jail model.
Yeah. So he was married for the longest time to his wife. He has kids. He's in a happy home situation.
That's nice.
So then,
nothing's gonna change, right?
Well, then July 4th weekend, he was seen on a yacht with I believe her name is Chloe, and she's very rich. I have to find her name.
Is it Khloe Kardashian?
No. It's another. I think her father's.
Chloe Green.
Chloe Green, yes. Very beautiful. So they were seen making out.
Oh my God. In a lover's embrace.
That's canoodling.
Oh my goodness.
That's an item of canoodling.
Well,
wow.
There was the proof that he cheated on his wife, and his wife went on a whole, they're still married.
Well, first of all, the motherfucker's a criminal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not a criminal about some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never see a criminal I knew that you were a diamond thief, but I never expect you to be a liar. Never. He's a fucking criminal.
They don't call me Crim Cram for nothing, baby. That's what I do.
A yacht is not that comfortable. I've been on yachts before. And I'm going to say this. I said, and they're like, you enjoying yourself? I'm like, yeah. I always wanted to be in a trailer at sea. You know what I mean? Because that's what it feels like. You're staying at a friend's trailer, except for that trailer is rocking with the tides.
Yacht, more like that.
I'm like, this is a great yacht. I love being on it during the daytime. But can we pull it in and get a hotel room at night so I can sleep and get a real shower? There was
just a weird water that you have just set aside for us. Just gross.
I don't like going to the bathroom and hearing, don't flush unless you shit. I don't want to discuss what I'm doing.
You're rich. You don't have to live like this.
You don't have to live like a refugee. Spencer, you ever been on a yacht before?
Nope.
Well, you might want to try it sometime. You know? Because I know you're like Hamptons, right? There's a lot of yachts in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Get a friend with a yacht.
Oh. I would love to go on a yacht.
Now, you got a Hamptons house besides your regular house?
Nope.
So you guys just go out from
usually we go out for a week or for the day.
What do you do? Airbnb house?
Nah, we usually go to we usually stay at one of the resorts. We park our car usually, and we actually kept one of the passes when we stayed there before. We only use that for parking. Yeah. No offense.
None taken. But you know what I mean? Stick it to the man. That's my thing. But there's not a lot of hotels out in the Hamptons, right? Very rare.
Well, resort-wise.
Okay.
Like condos.
They're like the yacht of hotels.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, where'd you go for vacation?
Went up to Beacon, New York, Airbnb it a little bit.
Oh! Very grown up.
Picture of Beacon, because I don't know the town.
It's so cute. I have a friend who moved there, and it's just the cutest little place.
Well, you think that maybe Chris is boning your friend in Beacon?
Oh my God, I hope not.
Well, give me pictures, not the map.
Oh, I thought you wanted to take a look. I thought
you just like put it up on like fucking MapQuest or something.
It was
put dim images. It's like a fun little town.
Yeah. Did you go to the museum? There's a museum there.
Did not go to the museum.
Too much love making, I suppose.
Wait, you weren't with your chick, were you?
Yes, I was.
Now, she's never been outside of Costa Rica.
Right.
So
this
what
is her
was
first place.
Was she like pointing at things like, what's that?
No.
She's like, why is everyone so fair-skinned here?
He's acclimated to the United States. It's big. It's a nice little town.
Now, let's, you got a picture of the Airbnb you stayed in?
Let me, I'll try, I'll get the ad. Yeah, I have it.
Don't give us the address. Again, here it is on Google Maps.
Hold on. It's going to take me a second.
Oh, I got nothing but time here.
Yeah, of course.
You know, for me, it's like waiting for bags. It doesn't bother me. I'll go out and have a smoke.
Yeah, why not? Got nothing but time.
There he is, the head of his own channel. Spencer, jump up and let E-Rock jump in here. Spencer, let E-Rock in. E-Rock, we understand you have a new position?
Yeah, so I'm told.
And what is that?
Running the channel that I used to be on.
Now, what is that job called?
They have you as operations director or something
Operations
like that?
director. That's a great title.
I think it's one of those titles they give you in lieu of, we'll give you that title and then
Did
maybe
you get a little bump up in money?
That's all being discussed this week.
Smart.
And
now,
discussing
make the coin.
my show stuff too.
Whoa! So you're saying you could take afternoons?
I definitely could take afternoons.
Yeah.
I don't think they would give that to me, and I wouldn't ask for that. But if it was offered, yes, in a heartbeat.
Oh wow! I thought maybe you would be loyal.
In fact, you can go late. There's nothing else coming in here, so I think the Raw Dog audience would like that.
Now, when you're the operations manager, right? What do you know what your job's going to be yet?
Fixing everything that fucks up, pretty much. Shows screw up, promos, all the technical.
Jim and Sam, those two lazy bastards. You're like, hey, where are the promos, boys?
Can't run late. Ellis has got to start at 11.
All right, that's the kind of stuff you get into.
Yeah.
And do you know what you're going to do with that afternoon spot?
Not yet, no. That's up higher than me right now.
So. Now, today, what are they rerunning?
Jim and Sam. 3 p.m. over on Channel 103.
Sweet.
So that's what it's going to be for a while until we decide differently.
I thought you were going to run that LA show.
Covino and Rich?
Yeah.
Run them out? I don't know.
Oh, you're not a fan?
No, I like them. They're good guys.
Covino and Rich I used to watch every night on New York's
SNY. Yeah, the Mets channel.
I would eat dinner with them and I would laugh every night.
Yeah, they're good dudes.
Yeah. But you don't think that was just a temporary fit?
I honestly,
or maybe
I don't
it's a possibility.
know. I would love to move them up, and then I'll take the nighttime slot. But
not a bad idea, right?
No, if anybody wants to push for that, I'm willing to do so.
You're the guy. You're operations man.
Yes, but there's people higher than me that have to make those decisions.
But now
I have to execute them.
Now Wiki answers to you.
Yeah, you're head of operations.
That's fun. I sent them for a coffee.
Who gave you Did you get the call?
No, I had to come in the next day.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I got a call over break, and I got a call from someone who has never called me before in his life. So I look at that. I was actually seeing Baby Driver, so I got that thing, and I go,
good movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So I'm like, I guess Wiki's fired. That's what the call I'm getting. Because normally you would think Wiki, normally Wiki calls me.
Right.
And this is like, I know this is an odd call, but this is time sensitive, and can you call me back? And I'm like, oh shit, Wiki's out. And I immediately started feeling bad. Because I'm like, unlike Opie, he'll never work again. You know, he's never going to get another job. Are you going to keep the same name of the...
It's Eric Nagel's show?
No, of the... Look, I'm talking about your operations managers.
Oh, yeah, that job.
H-O-O.
Yeah, as far as I know. Like, not too much is going to change.
How long were you and Ope together?
Well, I was at NEW for a short time, but with the radio chick. And she got fired 2 or 3 times. So as soon as I got hired, I was blown out. But I guess since 2004, full time.
2004 when they came back here. So that's a lot of years.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a run this time.
13 years.
People don't realize how short the run was at NEW.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so legendary.
Yeah, 98 to 2002. Yeah.
So, now we'll look at it this way. Are you ready to jump with whatever his next deal is? People want to know.
With his next deal?
Mm-hmm. Will you
Probably not.
But maybe. That possibility is there.
No, I don't think so. I think it's time to...
Have you guys talked?
Move on. Nope. Not at all.
Have you and Wiki talked?
Yes.
Good.
Many times.
So he's not fired.
He might be. Good. They just haven't, like Earl. They don't change the key and he just loiters, He's doing something.
Yeah. Well, that's, like I said, it doesn't feel as dramatic as it used to because somebody can just be on the air even if it's on the internet now, immediately.
I think I heard you talking about that earlier. The old firings were a really big deal because hosts and shows never got a chance to say goodbye to their audience.
Right.
But outside of whatever legal obligations where you can't talk, if they're paying you to under your contract or something like that. But once that's done or once all that stuff's out of the way, you can start a podcast right away and be right there.
But who's even to say that you just can't go on social media and it's a video and you're going, hey guys, I can't say what I'm doing. I'm just here on social media. You know what I mean? There's no way to know whether that is that broadcasting. We don't even know. And you don't know whether he's kept till October or whatever to talking, right? You don't know anything about that.
I know some, but nothing I can.
I understand. You're out, you're fucking, it's t-shirts versus the suits, dude. You switch sides. I get completely who you are now. So, Chris,
I'm still skins.
You know what? That's funny. There's a Ron Bennington moment I remembered where one time I wore a company shirt and Ron was coming in and he just looks at me, he looks up and down and goes, way to fly the team colors, bro. Smacks me on the back and just walks in. I was like, all right, gotta get rid of this shirt. And I never did it again.
I never know how the things that I say affect people. But I remember one time Keith the Cop told me that he sent me a picture from Chicago of him eating a filet mignon, and I go right back, good girl steak. And he said it ruined his meal and he never ordered from years later. And then he saw me order a filet for lunch. He's like, yeah, see? And he thought he caught me. I go, I don't understand what you're talking about. Just a cut of steak. I don't feel like eating a lot.
It's a very good cut.
But I had to take him at his word that I said something, but I didn't know that he would carry it around like that. I want to get you a nice Sirius XM shirt too.
Mm-hmm. No,
as a way of saying
those days are gone. These are gone.
Who do you answer to now, your new position?
Wiki and one other higher up.
Wiki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. So are you going to Montreal this year?
No, I'm not. I'm doing San Diego next week. And then the week after, for Comic-Con, doing my show out there. And then the week after that, I'm down in Miami for Florida SuperCon doing my show from down there.
Now, who's paying for you to go to those places?
Part the company, part they fly me out there to do these cons.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. That's amazing.
You set up, do the interviews, you say hi to people, and they cover the rest.
It's a fun job, isn't it?
It is. That's why I never understand when people have problems doing this job.
It's a veiled talk dopey right now.
It could be to anybody,
But is there something you'd like to say?
No, I'm still here, so I'm not giving you the 3-word sentence. I'm good. I'm all good.
That was very sweet when he put that up, though. I love that radio tradition.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's one of the best of all time, Psycho Mark.
Yep.
But it just doesn't feel like you have to worry about anyone disappearing like the old days.
No, unless they choose to disappear.
Yes, it would be up to them.
Richard Simmons disappeared and they had a podcast and a full investigation trying to find out where he was, and he's just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Do you think that'll happen with Ope?
No.
Okay.
No.
By the way, how long were you with Sherrod?
With Sherrod?
Yeah. You and Sherrod working together, and how was your relationship with him?
I don't know, whenever Sherrod started showing up. So maybe 6 months?
Not bad.
Something like that.
Not a bad run. Is there something you like to say to Sherrod since he called you?
Nope, no, good. I read the article.
The most recent one with Jeffrey Gurria?
Yep. One incredible source. And
Yes.
yeah, whatever they're going to do, best of luck to them.
Yeah, of course. Best of luck to all of us.
Yeah.
You know, we're all weirdly in, like I said, when it used to be just terrestrial radio, it had a certain feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
But now who's to say what platform is...
Certain feel of doom and danger.
Sure.
Because it was always like at any moment, it always felt like, you know, that knife is going to drop right into you and your career could be done.
Oh, yeah. That was always part of the fun, though. That was the excitement. That's why you felt like you were alive. But people would say to me, like, why do you still do this on Sirius XM when you do podcasting? I go, well, first of all, I like having medical insurance.
Perfect.
You like having guests?
And yes, the booking department is unbelievable.
It's
here.
great.
With Tim and Eric next week.
That, by the way... That is awesome.
It's
I
awesome
don't like
show.
to bother people's, you know, town halls, or is this an unmasked that you're doing?
No, it's a town hall.
It's a town hall. But that is one of the few that I would actually, you know, hang in the other studios
You're
to watch.
more invited than you know, well, now you're big.
Look, we
you're
don't have
chief.
a choice.
You know what I mean?
You're the
chief.
who.
You get him and scream at me. But, you know, that's an amazing thing. And not have to go out and get your own ads. Like, I don't want to call someone, hey...
Yeah.
You want to buy an ad here? You're doing that for your podcast stuff?
No, not at all. No, because podcast is just highlights of my show. So it's all done here in-house.
It's great.
It's a great job.
But I don't think Chris Stanley, I feel like he's outgrown himself. And now that you're with digital electric, is it called?
Gas digital.
Yeah. And I've heard that you said quite a few things against Sirius XM over there.
Oh my God.
You
That
said
can't be
we're all
good.
ill-begotten sons of bitches.
Is that true?
No.
Can I quote you on that?
Well, what about your show, Big Brothers?
Big Brothers? No, we're very pro Sirius XM on Big Brothers.
And episode 2's out now.
Wow, Vito's on the board.
Yeah, he's finally doing a little work today.
Yeah, every time I would come in, it was always Jen in there cleaning up.
Yeah, but Vito acts like they split it, and it's 95% Jen. By the way, your logo is the worst logo known to man.
First of all, if Vito was
just Photoshop a pool.
Yeah, like Vito's face, like you would be like, "Come on, Vito, take another picture." But then the expression that Chris is making completely distracts from like you would call, "Oh, Vito, that's kind of an awkward smile." Oh no, never mind. What's going on with Chris?
Yeah, I like my smile in that picture. I've actually been looking at it like, that's a great picture of me. So now I feel like shit.
I feel like Chris is gasping for breath. Like he's like drowning.
Big breath.
Looks like the old Heckle and Jekyll.
Yeah, it does. Big Brothers.
Great impression. The opening of that show.
It's
really solid.
I never remember that he's doing it. I'm like, why is he talking like that?
Plus. The plus is always the best.
Are they
plus.
on tonight?
No, we're on Wednesday night.
Damn it, that's
Not
too
you,
long of a
Big
wait.
Brother.
No, I mean,
the
like,
actual show.
I meant we, as in Big Brothers on Wednesday night.
Oh, you feel like you're part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
So they're Wednesdays and Sundays?
Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. Wednesdays,
I
Power
can
of Vito.
drop-
Thursdays.
That's too long to
Thursdays.
wait. That is too long to
I
wait.
mean, I can tell you what happened.
Look, even football fans don't like Thursday night, you know?
That's true.
They don't have live evictions on football.
Wish they did. Make it exciting.
This got brought up. Would you do an AMA for Reddit?
No, I've already been
asked.
Yeah. I'm like, who are you? Are you with Reddit?
Ask some things, not everything.
Ask me some things. Ask me a couple of things.
No. I'm live this Saturday at 6 p.m. for my show.
Will you take calls?
I'll take calls.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we can talk about.
Is there anything that's off limits? Is the word poop off limits?
Just tell us now. Is that a word that could come up?
I'm not listening.
No, I will not censor. I will not censor individual words.
Yeah. I know a caller who has a question.
He's
in Long Island Sound right now.
By the way, did you see Ant go after AV Club?
No, I didn't see that.
I did.
Yeah. And he personalized it so much. And you know what I mean? It was, and the thing was very weird. I mean, it was a very, you know that they didn't have any, and they're like, we don't know whether this was a prank or a perverted thing, but either way.
Right.
Ooh. Well, first of all, no one believed it was a perversion. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
These came up with it themselves.
Yeah. There's not, everyone
This is some sort of a kink, clearly.
Yes. And I mean, I got news for you. I've been going into men's room since I was a child. I don't run into a lot of perverted people there.
No.
And I know people worry about that in our new transgender world.
They're
but
saying
no.
It doesn't really come up.
Guys are in and out.
They don't even like holding the door if you're walking in or walking out. They just pretend you're not right behind.
Right. And I should also if somebody's going in there to do something perverted, the laws of just a simple sign does not stop them. Like if a man wants to go in to do a woman's room and do something perverted, they're not like, that sign really stopped me. I was thinking about doing something weird, but.
This is a bit I've been doing since school. If a friend of mine's heading into a stall, I act like I'm right behind him.
Right.
We're both going in. And then with Fez, when he used to be at the urinal, I would either A, pull his shirt up as high as I could, which would immediately stop his peeing because he's pee shy.
It stopped the stream right there.
Or pour some water down his back and go, oh, that feels good. And that would also stop him from peeing. But in this world that we work in today, people would see that as a perversion.
Yes.
Rather than one buddy just trying to make another one incontinent.
Like friends do.
Yes. Like friends are apt to do. Did you feel like it would go this far?
I wasn't sure, actually.
Because it was all in the clear, right? For a while until Paul, was it?
No.
Until the argument.
No, I mean, I don't know what I can talk about.
You don't have to talk about anything. You can lie.
It wasn't like instant.
Make it up.
You know, so.
Say shit.
What's that, Chris?
Just make shit up.
Because I said do a little thing under.
Because I said that, and then you agreed with me.
I just got a message that Pit Talk's running late. That was distracted me.
He's like the Goodfellas character that says everything twice.
Yeah.
Get the papers.
Now, you tried to be, at one point in your life, you tried to go corporate and they wouldn't have you.
No, God, no.
What was the big problem for you?
Slovenliness and,
That's horrible.
And, freakouts, like uncontrollable emotions.
Right.
I have to say this. My feelings were hurt a little bit because I felt like that, but now I look back on it, you had every right to do that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I wasn't talking to him while he was going corporate. I was just like, was that what you want to do?
Didn't you know that he'd never be able to just with his language?
I said
that. Just a cursing?
There's no way that he could end up in a decent meeting that said, where he could say, they're trying to fuck me in my dick hole.
He can't even get through an elevator ride with being
Look at my dick hole that's fucking it right now.
Could you picture him in a sweater vest and designer glasses?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, that would have gone badly.
So you going overtime here?
Well, I just got a note that Pit Doc is still in L.A. Chris books Jay Moore today. Jay Moore never got on a plane. He stayed in L.A. He lied to you, Chris.
I know.
And then you lied to us.
I didn't think I was lying to you.
What you did today is a fireable offense.
I wear a special dress for Jay Moore. I was all excited.
Did you get him on the phone?
Who is the...
To my face all night.
Who is the... Yeah, did you at least get him on the phone to talk to us?
No, well, the ear infection is
so you can't hear.
Touch a phone. Who is the E-Rock of Raw Dog?
I think that's... Oh, it's not Paul now.
Yep.
Maybe it's Paul.
It's Paul. How would you have to think? You got the fucking thing from
Paul. Paul is the E-Rock of.
But how did you find out?
And that's his official title is E-Rock of Raw Dog.
So why would you be like? I think
it's on his business card.
Sent out a thing. Well, then Jack had written, "Hey, this is great news for the comedy department." But then he didn't send it to our show. And then Don forwarded that, said, Jack wanted you to know this. But I'm like, Jack has my email address?
Seems like Jack tried to keep this from us.
He's going to fucking get that Bennington show in line. Or they're next to say the goddamn door.
I think that Jack knew that you were gunning for that position, so he didn't want to set you.
I would have loved it. I'll tell you why. I love linking comedy bits together on a computer.
It's one of your many passions.
What's Disco Dan doing? He's staying in his same position?
I believe he's still, yeah.
So all these guys have gone past you like a shot.
I know.
Or do you consider being the producer of a show a better fit?
I think it works better for me, and also it's not just one show; it's multiple shows. So I'm very proud.
It is
I'm very proud of
true.
You do have like a bouquet of shows that you produce.
I smell them every day.
Yeah,
He smells them every day. Would you say you have a plethora?
Well, you would think, with the pride that you have, that Spencer would have picked you to produce his segment,
I know.
and not Vito.
Because you've been doing it longer. Once again, passed up.
Well, I'm going to go out and have a smoke until Pit Duck gets here.
Sounds great.
And I'll be peeing.
I think I'll join you for that cigarette.
Because you can't join me.
You know that's what he wanted to say.
Yeah. No, Eric.
You'll be the next.
Oh, God.
All right. That's it for us.
Tim and Eric Town Hall. It's happening next Monday, July 17th.
Tim and E-Rock Town Hall.
Oh, nice.
Tim and Eric, the town hall is happening Monday, July 17th at 5 p.m. at the SiriusXM studios, theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
Someone just said, did you just say generic Town Hall? You're in no hurry.
Tim and Eric Town Hall.
Potato Lane. Potato Lane will be there.
He actually said one day from Potato Lane.
He calls him Potato Lane.
Potato Lane.
Yeah. And then Mateo said to me, I'm not coming back and doing this show.
No.
It's also his favorite Beatles song.
Oh, Potato Lane is in my ears and in my That's it for us, everybody. We'll see you again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!